Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pow-wow stream. I am your hope. Hope? I am your only hope. Fuck. It has been so long since we've done this. So long since the Pow-wow stream that I already fucked up the intro.
Save us, Johnny Hellcat. You're our only hope.
And with me today is the Hey Camel. Per usual. How you doing, man?
Better than you by the sound of it.
Yeah, you'd think.
Past couple days, I've just been trying to get over a potential sinus infection, so that's been fun.
Hey, Eddie.
What's up, Addy?
No, it's been a while since we've streamed over here. It's you've started doing your stuff, so that's
Yeah. Actually, haven't done anything in a couple weeks now, so probably need to get back to it.
yeah, probably not a bad idea.
Start making up my own list of movies and TV and compare those. Although, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how I would rank all that kind of stuff on my own.
Well, and the thing is, you really can't, because it's all based on opinion.
Yeah, but with the IMDb ones, those annoyed me just because they were too overly broad, you know? And top 250, just by the ratings themselves, it's like, yeah, you could break that up a bit. Come on. Documentaries and game shows and all this other stuff in one list. That doesn't feel right. But I have been watching, like reruns here lately. I haven't been bothering watching any new stuff. So, I hope nobody came here to get my opinion on She-Hulk or anything like that.
What can you say that hasn't already been quote tweeted about several thousand times?
I haven't. I have to say I haven't seen as many people pushing back against the criticism of She-Hulk. You know? Like on Twitter, I haven't seen nearly as many people arguing that it's good. You're just man babies or whatever. I haven't seen that, so maybe I just haven't been watching as much. I don't know.
Well, it is only the first episode. It's bound to get worse.
Oh no, I meant just like on Twitter. Maybe I just haven't been paying that close of attention.
Oh yeah. Mainly the ones who have been actually in support of it being actually a good film are the ones that are shilling for it in the first place. Not individual people, but like companies, if you will, I guess. But I don't know. Like, I saw Scribe's video on that, and much like Moon Knight, it's something I completely agree with.
The fuck am I reading? See, I hate it when people do that shit. Somebody posted a screenshot of somebody saying something completely out of pocket, but they're not going to put the person's or the account's handle up there so you can actually see.
Yeah.
Because this has to be, in my opinion, please, dear God, let it be fake. Johnny.
Yes.
I'm going to read a quote for you.
Okay.
From the screenshot. Animal sex education should be an elective course offered everywhere.
And no. If I was ruder, that no would have been sooner.
To help teach people safe ways to enjoy sex with your non-human partner without risking injury to you or your loved one. Y'all need Jesus. What the fuck is wrong with you?
That is so... That's... Damn. It's wrong on so many levels.
Oh, wait! Somebody did the work and they found the account. Of course, they're a furry. Dogzilla.
Wasn't that the guy who isn't he a celebrated zoophile?
I don't know. I've never heard of this person before. I've never seen this account, but I have been seeing memes from Black Twitter lately, which is making me laugh my ass off. You ever hear that phrase? He got that dog in him.
Oh Lord.
Apparently with this account, that's quite literally. Oh, hey, my alt account went ahead and tweeted out the stream. Thank you, Jack.
Yeah, I saw the retweet there. You're embracing the.
I don't even remember signing into that account, so yeah.
You're embracing the meme now.
I might as well just turn right into it. I got to imagine that Jack has better credit than I do, so I mean, just gonna try and. Although, if I'm not mistaken, he actually finished college, so he might have more student loans. It could be a wash,
Yeah. Well,
don't know how that one's going to play out exactly.
Well, the life of an English major,
I still think it's hilarious, like Terry keeping that going. It's like he was an English major. I barely speak English. Have you heard me in the past 5 years? Oh. I still don't watch that, and I never will. Dragon Ball Evolution.
I watched it once.
Why?
Well, I was at work on my night shift, and it happened to be on, and nothing else was on. So I'm like, all right, since it's here, I got time. Let's check this out. And I'm like, there's the only good thing about this is that Chow Yun-fat is in it.
Who'd he play?
Master Roshi.
Yeah, I was like, no. When I saw who they had playing Goku, I was like, no, sorry, no.
At least I think that's who it was. I've already jumped to IMDb to check that. And then what's her face?
Jamie something.
Emmy Rossum was talking about Apollo. Yeah, Chow Yun-fat was Roshi. Emmy Rossum was putting in about income inequality and how women are owed an apology. And I saw.
I'm sorry. She was involved in that movie?
Yeah, she was the love interest.
Wait, Emmy Rossum played Chi-Chi?
No, she was Bulma.
Whose love interest?
I thought it was Goku's love interest. I don't know the story.
See, I'm glad I didn't watch that damn movie now. That's ridiculous. So what have you been up to? Because like I said, I've spent the past few days just trying to keep from being sick.
Hmm. Uh, Working, shopping for a espresso maker.
Regular coffee just not cutting it anymore. You gotta get that high grade caffeine.
Yeah.
I just been mainlining energy drinks. It's too hot for me to be drinking coffee. You know, I'm trying to stay cool. And I'm like my grandmother, great grandmother. I don't know what it is about the older generations. They can drink just like cold coffee and keep on going. I'd see them nurse a cup of coffee for hours. It's
Hmm.
like that that's disgusting. If the coffee's not hot, I'm not. I can't drink it. No.
Now,
And
iced coffee I can do. Um,
mm, mm, mm. The closest I can get to drinking iced coffee is one of those coffee monsters, and those aren't all that great either.
yeah, no. I'm like, I'll just take the I'll take the coffee from straight from the source and nothing. Not I'm not gonna mix it with Mountain Dew. Although back in the day, I used to mix Red Bull and Mountain Dew together.
Oh, here we go, Johnny. This woman tried different hairstyles to see which one would make her the best tips, and here's what happened. Apparently, she found out that guys like a chick wearing pigtails.
You don't say. You color me shocked.
After her video went viral on TikTok. And that's another thing. I'm getting tired of every time I watch a video on my phone, TikTok being the first unskippable ad I have to sit through. I don't want TikTok. I I don't know why YouTube keeps trying to push TikTok on me. Did you hear the latest thing to come out about TikTok? While I'm on this little tangent, apparently, if you open a website or if you go anywhere else off of TikTok, through their in-app browser,
Mm-hmm.
they can they can log all your keystrokes.
Hmm. Another reason I will not go on TikTok.
Yeah, yeah. I've been saying for a while. It's like, why would I want Chinese spyware? I've already got Google and Twitter and my ISP and the NSA. you know, how
Hey,
many other people do I need spying on me?
hey, Tier.
What's up, dear?
Yeah, no. I didn't do the Vine thing. Uh,
Oh, God. I I mean,
Actually, no. I did. I watched Bo Burnham Vines, but after he posted them on YouTube.
yeah, I never got into Vine. Never got into. Was there something else besides Vine? I don't watch YouTube Shorts. I don't like if I'm gonna watch a video. I'm either gonna sit down and watch a video, or it's gonna be something I put on in the background while I'm doing something else, and I just listen to it.
I think the only YouTube shorts I've watched are like either like clips from Justin Wang or clips from stand up comics.
Um, I went ahead and clicked on was it last year when Monkey went on vacation down to Virginia? He did a couple of shorts from his phone, just showing off the scenery. And I think there was one other clip is like Bill Hader doing an impression of John Malkovich in front of John Malkovich. That's the only clips I've ever watched on YouTube Shorts. But but yeah, like I like those things are for people who have shorter attention spans than me.
Holy shit, Scribe or Poe. I guess I should say. I see. I always go by the handle. I never go by the label. So
And
and that's why people, whenever I say, "Oh yeah, Scribe," and they're like, "You mean Poe?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that one." Like,
you got to put like the living in there first, you know. But yeah, after her video went viral on TikTok, people started flooding the comments to share their own experience wearing pigtails in the service industry. And this chick, she does it because it's an easy hairstyle. Yeah. It is apparent that pigtails have an effect. Uh, First time in her life she wore pigtails, and she got 10 times the attention. What's wrong with this world? God, it must be so hard to be a woman.
yeah, with all
Can you
the cat
imagine a
calling.
guy complaining about getting 10 times the attention he got from a hairstyle?
Yeah.
Women even remember being told to wear the hairstyle as children in an effort to sell more Girl Scout cookies. Ultimately, people agreed it boils down to one problem: the sexualization of young girls by older men. What?
It's literally a woman. Hey, Sean.
Ultimately, people agreed it boils down. Yeah. And it's upsetting that pigtails are tainted in this way. Soon, other women on TikTok started trying the pigtail experiment. Well,
The
this
pigtail
isn't a bitch with
challenge.
a this isn't a bitch with a lab coat. You know, she doesn't have a microscope. She's not doing a fucking experiment. She's wearing a different hairstyle.
Well, technically, she is doing an experiment. That is a scientific thing, where she's using different hairstyles.
Okay, how many times did she repeat it though?
Well, that's where you'll lose me. Because there's the, like if she did like 4 different hairstyles over,
Well,
I'm gonna wear this hairstyle for a week. I'm gonna wear this hairstyle for a week. I'm gonna wear this hairstyle for a week. Instead of like, oh, it's this one today, this one tomorrow, this one the third day, this is the fourth day, and then that's it. Like that's not really much. It's not a lot of science, but it's there.
a waitress named Bella Woodward also tried it and found out right away that she made more tips with pigtails. She then decided to take the experiment a bit further and do all different hairstyles to see which one made the most tips.
Hey, John Migda.
How old is Miss Woodward here? Okay, like where's she working as a waitress? I gotta wonder. She's been sharing this series on her TikTok. I wanted to test out the theory of pigtails receiving the most tips to see if it was just a lucky day or if it did indeed work. I mean, she's fairly cute. She wears too much makeup. But I mean, let's see. So far, the pigtails continue to make her the most money. Wearing pigtails works far better than any other hairstyles that I've tried out, and every time I wear them, I always receive the most tips, no matter if it is a slow day or not. She said. My highest tippers when wearing pigtails are almost always men. I even had a man tell me he really liked my hairstyle. Okay, maybe he just liked. Maybe was this like a regular customer? Was just some one and done? You know, had he seen you wearing your hair differently? I got questions.
Yep, now I see Poe's talking about it.
I mean, sure, it's very possible that these men see you wearing pigtails. They see that you're a waitress. You're young, fairly attractive. Maybe they do just want some handlebars while they face fuck you. Who knows? But saying that this is, like, you know, men sexualizing young girls, it's like, no, you're a woman. They're sexualizing a woman. And they want to face fuck a woman.
Yeah.
This is just another thing that proves young women. Okay. Young women are sexualized in society in today's world. Young women have always been sexualized in society, whether it's today's world or not. Johnny, do you remember back in the old days when they were sexualizing, like, 50-year-old spinsters?
Anyone and everyone?
I believe the answer is no. Like, MILF porn didn't become a thing until like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Blame Jennifer Coolidge.
Pretty much. You can blame that entire movie franchise on a lot of things.
Yeah. What's up, Sean? How's it going, John Migda? BBW wasn't a thing until about 20 years ago. Yeah, she was pretty thick in 1999. Yeah, I could see her, blame her for that too. Yeah. I would like to volunteer to sexualize young women, please. You go right ahead, Terry. It's a man's world after all. Just ridiculous. I made more money by changing my hairstyle. I'm so oppressed.
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with this world?
There's too much freedom.
Johnny, are you a communist?
I never have been or ever was a member of the Communist Party.
No, I was the only reason I asked. I was listening to I've been on a kick of listening to Rammstein lately, and I ended up seeing like one interview, or reading one interview, and they were talking about the keyboardist. Apparently, he's like still a committed commie.
Huh.
Like he thinks there's too much choice these days. Like, back before the wall came down, like, you wanted a beer, there was one brand of beer. It's like, okay, well, what if it was, like really shitty beer and you wanted better beer? Can you imagine if like all we had to drink, beer over here was like Keystone Light with a bitter beer face?
Yeah.
Oh, you're reading the Communist Manifesto? What were you doing reading Hungry Santa's book, huh?
Well, isn't that the usual line? Is are you or have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
Are you now, or have you ever been? Doesn't just love red, he is red.
I don't know what's going on in this video, but I have a feeling I want to play the audio. just for the fact that the look on this kid's face is priceless. So I am gonna share this.
What's going on?
I have no idea. Apparently, it's It's just got the quote, I spat in my coffee.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can. Bring this over to the. And I'll share it here too, just so that it's actually.
So I'm seeing it like on time instead of with the lag.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody about to get pushed down the steps, aren't they?
Well, no.
Excuse me? Can one of you guys hold my phone so I can make a quick TikTok?
Is there supposed to be sound?
Thank you so much. It's already recording and ready to go.
Yeah. The fuck?
Excuse me?
And my time has just been wasted. I don't know what that was, but okay.
I just saw like the images moving. I didn't hear anything. Was there something being said?
She started singing Hound Dog.
Wait, Elvis?
Yes. But the part that really caught me, and I'll share it on the thing. That look right there. That says everything. Like, I share the same sentiment that this kid here does. If that zooms in, oh yeah, that's perfect. Like, yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
I have to imagine. I'm guessing this is somewhere in California. I see palm trees and
wherever Wetzel's
maybe
pretzels are sold.
Maybe like a boardwalk or something like that. Did you see her get up there? Like,
yeah, I saw it.
Got pink hair and the sandals. Okay, when you got the Velcro sandals, I don't care. I mean, unless you don't know how to tie your shoes yet because you're like 3, you shouldn't have Velcro sandals. You know, the Velcro sandals are for like small children and old people.
I wonder what abortion clinic she uses. She uses the plunger. She doesn't use an abortion clinic. It sounded like she was trying to push a shit. She was constipated and she was trying to jump it out.
I am disappointed that the only person bumping Elvis in 2022 looks like that.
Yeah.
God damn. I got a thread here about Kevin Samuels. Can we not let that man rest in peace?
What's going on with him
now? Actively campaigning to have a black female therapist doxxed and fired from her job over giving sound advice to black men about our lack of emotional intelligence with a bad delivery, but then supporting Kevin Samuels' message in spite of his bad delivery. Misogynoir 101. I don't know who this black female therapist is, but um, it kind of seems like an apples to oranges comparison since Kevin Samuels wasn't a therapist. You know?
Yeah.
Let's see. Black men, just like all other men, are allergic to accountability, and especially anything that challenges our patriarchal conditioning. Bro, um, if I told you was full of shit, would you take accountability? Or would you push back on that? There's no better way black women could have delivered this message and incite different reactions. The fragility would be the same. I love how disagreeing with somebody automatically means you're fragile these days. Like, no, I just disagree with you. You're the one getting upset that I disagree with you. You know?
Yeah.
Black men being emotionally inept isn't just a detrimental, isn't just, yeah. Reread your tweets, man, before you hit send. Isn't just a detrimental to our lives and mental health, but also to those of black women and black queer people. I want to know, what are the stats on black queer people? I keep hearing them being brought up, like, whenever something's going on. Because what, like, they say, like, you break it down, like, black people, like, what, 12, 13% of the population, depending on the census? So you figure, roughly half, 6% men, 6% women, 6.5%, what have you. What is the breakdown of the queer population inside the black community? This is historically and empirically backed information. No men, regardless of race or ethnicity, should coddled when actual lives are at stake. I believe he meant should be coddled. I refuse to take black men and women who got triggered by that black female therapist delivery seriously. When there are multiple black men with podcasts using dehumanizing language against black women, but are still heavily supported, you're not being fair, just misogynistic. Again, who's the black female therapist? I can't argue against something if I don't know what the fuck's going on.
A 0.5% or 5 to 10, according to Terry.
Yeah, so Terry's saying like a 0.5% for the black queer community, and Terry's saying what, like, are we talking like 5 to 10% of the black population?
Five to 10.
So, like, we're
5 to 10 of the 13.
Yeah, we're talking like a fraction of a fraction. But somehow they get bumped to the front of the line alongside women. Whenever somebody, can you imagine being a black queer person and just being used as a club to beat black men over the head? Like, I don't think I would appreciate that all that much. Did you ever listen to Kevin Samuels, Johnny?
I have not.
I have not listened to all of his stuff. I haven't even listened to like a majority of his stuff, but I still get clips and stuff on Twitter. I've listened to some of his interviews he's done, like he did one with Vlad TV back in the day.
Hey, James.
What's up, James? I didn't know until I listened to that Vlad TV interview that Kevin Samuels was originally from OKC.
Really?
Yeah, he's from Oklahoma City. I think he was going to OU before he ended up dropping out because he had cancer. So yeah, being from Oklahoma, I do love seeing people from Oklahoma getting big, and like, the man's been dead for months. People still can't get his name out the mouth. So
Makes sense.
But what I think is really interesting is they always focus on what he said to black women. He was I've seen clips of him talking to black men. Dude was just as cold blooded, right? If there's a young black man come on, want to talk to him about shit, and he just start asking those questions like, well, what do you do? What do you do for work and stuff? As soon as he started hearing that bullshit, man, he cut him off. Like, no, 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 man, you need to get your shit together, son.
We're discussing the number of N words that are also F words.
Ah. Oh. But yeah, man. The fuck. Okay. I'm just gonna scroll on past that.
So I was looking into some previous.
Hey, Keith.
Hey, Keeper. Keeper Dam.
Looking into some previous what now?
I was looking into a previous block because I was watching some anime. Stuff that's just sort of popped up that it's not really. I don't know. It's not the show of the part of the day. And I'm going through the cast list, and I'm like, everyone on this list is a piece of shit. Like, they're either involved with the Vic Mignogna thing, or in case of the tweet that I put out earlier, Eric Vale, who had blocked me over the shooting of a deer in a movie.
Oh, that that Daily Wire movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Run, Hide, Fight, or whatever it's called.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, that deer was going to get shot anyway. They just went ahead and filmed it.
Yeah, I'm not sure the details. I just know that it was shot, and I read a report that the meat was donated to a local shelter. Yeah. And I go, he was talking about something, because I think he's a vegan. So I just go, as long as the meat's not going to waste, I don't see the problem with it. And that got me the block.
Yeah, well.
And it's disappointing because I like some of the stuff he's in. It's hilarious because it's such a stupid thing to block someone over.
Well, I mean, compare that to like I got blocked by Keffels. I had never even interacted with Keffels. Well, never even heard of Keffels until a couple months ago.
You got blocked by a rapist.
But yeah, like, so I'll see like Fugi or somebody else like quote tweeting. And it's like, who are you talking about, dude? What's going on? Because as soon as I go to click on it, it's like, you are blocked by this person. I have no idea why or how. I've not done anything to him. And an online drug dealer, yeah. Those seem to be going around. I'm going to step away for a second. I'll be right back, all right? Hold down the fort, Johnny.
Will do. I am not blocked by Keffels. But he or she is now in hiding. But yeah, no. I was going through the IMDb list for some of the stuff that he's in that I like. Let's see here. Starting at the latest stuff. Classroom of the Elite. That's not a bad one. He is Ryuen. Let's see here. Attack on Titan I don't watch anymore. How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, I haven't watched that one. Oh, he's in Rurouni Kenshin. He's Senasuke. In the live action versions. He did the voiceover on that one too. Well, I wouldn't call him a famous Eric. Your Eric's way more famous than mine. Let's see here. Oh, he is. He's Phoenix Wright. He is the voice for Phoenix Wright. Let's see here. Dragon Ball Super. I don't care two shits. I don't give two shits about that. Danganronpa. My son likes that one. I think it's the only one he's ever watched. He's in Overlord. He's Pandora's actor. I thought that was someone else. Apparently not. It pretty much follows the same thing. So I've never played the games, so I wouldn't be sure. A Boy and the Boy and the Beast. He is the boy. Well, that's disappointing too because I like that one. Let's see here, and a couple more scrolls, and we should be good because I don't care. I'm just gonna laugh if oh, he's Kimberly on Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I'm gonna laugh my ass off if I ever go to because the comic book convention that's closest to us is the Emerald City Comic Con. If I ever go to that and he's there, I want to ask. I want to go up and ask him why he blocked me. Yeah, here's $10. Can I have your autograph? And why'd you block me on Twitter, shitbag? It's because you're a bitch. Welcome back.
Welcome back. I tell you, man, I've been watching reruns, so every time somebody says "Welcome back," I hear that theme song.
That has popped in my head since I watched those reruns back when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
That's why for especially when Mongolian Chop Squad, what a shit show that was.
What's up, Green Badger?
Hey, Green Badger Outdoors. No, whenever I got to say, oh my god, I was like, oh my god.
Up your nose with a rubber hose. No, before I stepped away, we were talking about Keffels being an online drug dealer, and there's that other one too, that Eli, something or another, trans person, shipping out HRT drugs to kids.
Oh yeah.
You know, Johnny.
I can't remember the name, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the last name either. I'd have to go back through my my retweets. Yeah, that's the one, Terry. Eli Ehrlich. What's up, Della? You know, Johnny. As when a man gets into his 30s, I've heard that testosterone levels start falling.
How's it going, Dell?
You know, listen to like Joe Rogan or anybody else. They'll tell you about your testosterone levels start dropping. Like after you hit 30.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 33 now, and I'm tired as fuck. So I've been thinking, like, if they're just giving that shit away, I could make an account and pretend to be like a 15-year-old girl who wants to be a man. Just have them send me some testosterone free.
You heard it here, folks. Camel's officially a 15-year-old girl. Confused
I'm gonna be one
15-year-old girl.
I'm gonna be one confused, really jacked 15-year-old girl. That's right.
Yeah, I'm a 15-year-old girl. And can I get your specifications? Yeah, I am 6'2" and 250 pounds.
Wait, yeah, no, 220. Don't give me an extra 30.
Well, 250 is a round number. I knew you were less than me. So,
like the heaviest I ever got was like 226. Man, damn.
Yeah, I'm hovering around 295. So I'm.
But yeah, man, just imagine, Camel, a 15-year-old camel with pigtails and traps. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Oh yeah, that's right. What shit? Frank Thomas. Yeah, he's got one of the Nugenics commercials or whatever.
Yeah.
I never tried that shit. It's like, nah, man. I want the shit they were giving like to the East German Olympic team back in the day. The East German women's team. I want that shit that I know works. But yeah, man. Like I'm 33. I'm already tired, dude. I need me some HRT. It does sound too close to eugenics. You're right, Badger.
Yeah, and just so we are clear, I did find a picture of 15-year-old Camel.
Oh boy,
he's seen here at the end here.
Damn it, Bernice!
That was perfect. Oh man. No, as soon as you mentioned that, I'm just like, oh, wasn't there a we mentioned you being a 15-year-old girl. I'm like, oh, I should show that. Like oh.
But no, I wonder, like, would I get in trouble for that if I were to like contact one of those freaks and be like, hey, I need some testosterone,
Well, that kind of stuff you need a doctor's order for anyway, so.
I mean, you say that.
Yeah.
But neither one of these people have gone to jail yet.
That is true.
Oh, no, if I get busted, I'm just like, I am transitioning. I'm a male to male trans, and I needed the testosterone to complete my transition. Like that's how you should know. Like all this is bullshit. Somebody actually thought, like male to male trans, good idea. I still can't wrap my head around that one. Nope. Tell them you are living in a Christian household.
Just record a little video of you doing singing the "Goodbye Horses."
Ah, I kind of feel bad for Ted Levine because of that. Like
I,
the most iconic scene he's ever filmed is him dancing around with his dick tucked between his legs.
well, and what was really funny is because the episode where I was just like, I finally realized uh, who he was when I was like, oh shit, that's Buffalo Bill. Like, was the one where the monkey shot the. They were thinking the monkey shot the record producer when he was in the panic room,
Ah,
and so he has an a Shriner's hat, and he has the symbols, and he's clanging them together like a fucking moron, trying to agitate this monkey to shoot him.
no, BG. I've never been in trouble with the feds, so yeah, that would be that'd be breaking some new ground if I were to do that and get in trouble.
It was funny. A friend of mine got it wasn't an email. It was a pop up on his screen that said, the FBI is looking into some information. Call this phone number. And he called the actual FBI number because he's like, that, that's some sketchy. Like, why would that be there? And he called the FBI number, the local office that we have here, and he's like, the agent on the other line is like, no, it's probably a computer scam. If the FBI was wanting to talk to you, we would be talking to you. There's no. Oh, give us a call at this number. No, we would be at your door uh, already talking to you without before the warning.
So the scammers are more polite than the actual FBI, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, like now that I think about it, I only remember Ted Levine being in three things. That's Silence of the Lambs, Monk, and that horrible Paul Walker movie, Joyride.
yeah. And he was in The Hills Have Eyes.
I never watched The Hills Have Eyes.
I watched the
Wait,
first
wait,
part of The Hills Have
we
Eyes.
we talking the original or the remake?
The remake.
Yeah, never watched it. Um, I like my horror movies less realistic.
Yeah.
You know, so I avoided like The Hills Have Eyes. I tried to avoid Last House on the Left, but uh, I had a roommate back in the day that snuck that one past me, and they try to sneak I Spit on Your Grave past me as well. It's like as soon as we got to that scene, I was like, nope, I'm out. Have I seen Pink Flamingos? Long time ago, and I'm trying not to gag just thinking about it, Sean.
Yeah. No,
Especially when you know the truth of that movie. It's like, ugh, ugh.
my friend absolutely loves that movie,
Oh
and
no.
I'm like, and he's very big into, like, he's a huge John Waters fan. On top of that too.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I like John Waters movies, but
Yeah,
that one is like, like I loved Serial Mom growing up. That movie was awesome to me. Cry Baby was it was okay, you know.
yeah,
Um, Never really got into Hairspray. Didn't really care for that one, even when they remade it with John Travolta.
yeah.
Uh, Seen the trailer for Smile. No, hadn't heard of that yet. But okay, Johnny, T and I are gonna have to take a DNA test or something, dude.
No,
He said Serial Mom is my favorite.
I watched Serial Mom with my dad and my sister, and uh, it was a movie.
Oh, come on. It had Matthew Lillard and Ricky Lake and Jack McCoy
Yeah,
and Kathleen Turner was still kind of hot back then too.
yeah. Oh, that one. Yeah, I saw this. I saw the trailer for this.
Um,
Smile.
yeah, no idea. I haven't heard anything about it.
Let's see. After witnessing a bizarre, traumatic incident involving a patient, Dr. Rose Cutter starts experiencing frightening occurrences that she can't explain. Rose must confront her troubling past in order to survive and escape her horrifying new reality.
So where does the smile come in?
Most of the parts where she's freaking out involve people with gigantic smiles on their face, and this one lady like cuts her face open, gives herself the whole Scottish thing.
Hmm. The Glasgow smile.
Yeah. Yeah, this will be a show that I'll read the wiki just to like no, I didn't need to see it. I read the thing. I don't care how it ends. I just want to know how stupid the end's gonna be.
Johnny, are you still keeping up with the movie tie and everything, or do you give up on that?
For what?
The movie tie. You still going to
No,
work out or?
I had to give up on that because my work
Mm.
didn't allow me to go.
Ah. You keep up with the fights at all? You watch any UFC or anything like that?
I haven't watched UFC in quite a while. I think the last event I went and actually saw was when the guy snapped his leg. Silva snapped his leg on that low kick.
Damn, that was
It was a while ago.
yeah. Um that was got to be what, like 20. Hold on, let me pull this up. Anderson Silva, Chris Weidman, 2, if I'm not mistaken. That was the second fight. I don't know if I spelled Weidman's name right or what. Uh, God damn, Johnny, that was 2013.
Yeah,
Last time you watched a fight was almost a decade ago?
yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's been a while for me too. I think the last one I watched was last one I sat down and watched, like the full card, was McGregor Diaz. When Nate Diaz choked out Conor McGregor, and Misha Tate choked out Holly Holm in the co-main. What's up, Random?
Hey, Random.
But yeah, like I guess since there was an event tonight, somebody had to bring up John Jones. Anyway, the UFC don't really matter till I get my goat until my goat comes back. If this man would stop fucking up, he'd be able to come back.
Yeah.
Like the only person that's ever beat John Jones is John Jones. And I do want to see him fight heavyweight. You know? I'd love to see him fight in heavyweight. See if he could keep it going or not. Watch him fight somebody like Stipe or maybe Ngannou. Okay, that's some sad trolling right there, James. Like you couldn't even type that with a straight face, could you?
Black Friday fights are forever entertaining.
Ah. Yeah, Kamaru Usman got KO'd tonight. That was a nasty kick too. Oh damn, Anthony Joshua lost tonight too. That's a boxing match. So what's that's like Joshua's like second loss, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, so much for watching him and Fury fight. I ain't even heard of this other dude. Who is this guy? Where he from? Ukrainian. Anthony Joshua got beat by a Ukrainian dude. Why isn't he in Ukraine? Oh, fuck you, Reuters. I have reached my article limit.
Hey, Travis. Hey, Cannibalistic Wizard.
Seriously, I want somebody to answer that question. Why ain't this motherfucker in Ukraine fighting for his country and all that shit? Why were those Ukrainian musicians allowed to compete in Eurovision? I thought they needed all hands on deck. Fighting for their country's survival, but apparently they can take a few days off to go play a gig and where the fuck they were. Nah, Tier. Anthony Joshua's British. He ain't beating up on Americans.
Have you seen the latest trend?
No. What's the latest trend?
Oh, I'm gonna bring this up on video too.
Is it dumber than the pigtails?
Yes.
All right, hit me.
Now, I am going to share both on the screen and the thing. I'm not going to share the audio. It's going to be muted because I'm not getting anything locked on here.
Okay.
But yeah, apparently hip hop ballet is a thing now.
I seem to recall Julia Stiles doing this shit back in the day.
They were dancing to Jason Derulo.
Yeah, I got no idea who that is, and I don't care. But I've seen Save the Last Dance. This ain't some new shit.
Get off my timeline.
I mean, what? That movie's like, what, 20 years old at this point?
Give or take. Yeah.
Yeah, this ain't new shit.
We was ballerinas and shit.
Yeah, standing on your tippy toes don't make it ballet. And Travis, I don't hate it, but not the best. Camel don't dance, so I mean, good on them. Period. But don't try and tell me like this is the new hotness. All right, this is nothing new.
Twerking during Swan Lake. Yeah, that would be the way to go. And to explain the pigtails, some waitress in some place did a quasi study to show what hairstyle gets her more tips.
Would you quit acting like she was put on a lab coat and was staring at fucking test tubes and microscopes? A waitress.
Science is science, no matter how retarded it is.
I'm gonna need to see like a triple blind study or something, man. All right.
Just because it's lacking a couple of chromosomes doesn't make it any less scientific. But yeah, no, it's fucking stupid. It's plenty fucking stupid.
All right, Badger. Here's the real on the pigtails. Some waitress, some cute little blonde waitress who wears way too much makeup, found out that dudes will pay a woman more money, tip wise, if she's got handlebars. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you.
That's pretty much it.
See, now I got that song from Flowbot stuck in my head.
Which one's that?
I can ride my bike with no handlebars.
Yeah. And now that's earwormed its way over here. So nice.
Yep.
Well played.
You're all welcome for that one. Tier, as long as she has a lab coat, it's research.
Slave handles.
I don't know how many times I've told women that about coming back to my place. Never worked, Tier. I told them it was all for the purpose of research. Nah.
Oh, good lord. You know, I gotta say, I don't follow.
I'm sorry.
I
should have been
you
scrolling Twitter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not following the Rippaverse thing very very closely. Whatever just pops up in the thing here and there, but yeah, I gotta show this because this is a meme that pops up. I've never seen this one before, so.
Oh, you've never seen it? I've got that one in my meme folder somewhere.
I like it, and I have now saved it.
Yeah. I've got that one. It's either on my hard drive or on my phone somewhere. No, what got me started laughing is I was scrolling Twitter, and I saw this screenshot that says, "Evangelical Christian furries are worried they'll be targeted for their faith."
What? Nice.
I don't think it's the cross that they're going to be targeting you for. I think it's the fake wolf head you're wearing, sir. Yeah, Talik, you heard that right. I'll go ahead and repeat it in case you did miss it. Evangelical Christian furries.
For those in the back.
Evangelical Christian furries are worried they'll be targeted for their faith. Yeah, some dude wearing a full fursuit with an ass flap is worried, that he's gonna be targeted for his faith. Only God can judge me. Well, I'm pretty sure he judges you as a degenerate, so good luck getting to the pearly gates. Christian furries exist. You know a few?
Well, I have to bring this meme up because I gotta. My son made it, and therefore, I have to show it off at least a little bit. It's very crudely done, but
so you're saying that this stream is the equivalent of your refrigerator door? Is that it?
No. This meme is essentially going on the refrigerator door.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, it's in the art thing because he's seen me work on memes while when using Photoshop on my computer. So he's like, "Oh, I can do that," and that he has. That's the very first meme he's ever made, and I'm proud of him. Tear in the eye, all that fun stuff.
And BG's over here playing devil's advocate. To be fair to them, furries tend to be leftists, and they may be targets in their community for their faith. Okay. I just thought it was funny that this was under the LGBT news section of whatever publication this appeared in. It's like, okay, now who do you think they're hiding more from? Their church congregation about them being a furry, or their furry friends about them being a Christian? Because all I gotta say is, I'm pretty sure Islam doesn't have these fucking problems.
Well, Islam's got a lot more problems than furries.
I don't know, man. It's starting to look appealing at this point, No furries. No rainbow flags in the month of June. I mean...
Well, I don't think they have any rainbow flags.
Okay, you're selling it more, Johnny. You're selling it more. But yeah, I mean... Yeah, they were talking about that on Monkey the other night about the pride flags, because that was that Spider-Man mod where they were taking out the pride flags and replacing with the American flags.
Yeah, and they was like, look at all the
homophobia.
Yeah,
it's like, homophobic.
It's a flag. It's not like the South Park episode where it's just, everyone's holding hands while they're hanging the black dude. See, look, he's even got a smiley face.
Well, no, I just thought it was funny. Like, in chat the other night, they were talking about the rainbow and how in Muslim countries they'll throw you off the roof. So I was sitting there quoting Tom Petty, man, learning to fly, but I ain't got wings. Coming down.
Yeah, you're a regular jukebox today, aren't we?
A little bit, yeah.
You leave for a couple of weeks and look what happens.
Well, I think it's the fact that I can actually breathe through my nose right now. I don't have all that congestion going on. I don't feel like death warmed over. So yeah, I feel like singing tonight. But it's really funny. Like somebody's like, you know, somebody took that seriously. Like, oh, flying's easy. It's the landing's the hard part. It's like I I just assumed there was a lot of Tom Petty fans in Asia Minor, and they came back with, "Who's Tom Petty?"
And I am now sad.
Yeah, yeah, because like I hear Tom Petty almost every day when I'm in the car. They got the one classic rock station I listen to, so there's always at least one Tom Petty song playing on the radio. And I'm sitting there trying to like, okay, well, we'll just go down the list of the different songs. You've heard Tom Petty. You may not know the dude's name, but you've heard Tom Petty. Come on, this is America. Was their first song a bird? Ah, now I'm wondering how Big Bird would do in the Middle East. I don't think he'd do well. But yeah, man, people today don't know who Tom Petty is. It's a sad, sad world. Okay, I scrolled past this like twice now. Um, I don't have Instagram, so I don't ever see the shit going on over there unless somebody like retweets it or something. Hey Johnny,
Hmm.
go ahead and check your DMs. You can put that on screen if you want.
Oh, good lord.
I want to know where this is. The fuck is going on here?
All right. We're going to go a little screen on this one. I wonder if it's Sunday. Well, it's not.
Technically, it is. Yeah.
Well, it's not from Pandas and Video, so I can't really. I guess we can't really tell.
Well. Yeah. Scroll past that twice already, man. Oh god, what's Travis sending me now? That's true. That is true. Nah, man, just
You remember that the video of that guy taking a dump in that guy's mop bucket?
yeah, I do actually.
Because that actually popped up after that. But
That was a while back, man. What was that? That was like what, New York subway?
yeah, it was quite some time ago.
Oh, dude, if I was working in the subway mopping up all that nasty shit and someone just walked up, some homeless dude just walked up and started taking a dump in my mop bucket.
And then when he tried to get the
Oh.
guy off, the guy stole his mop and smacked, like, broke it and took it
No,
out.
I wouldn't have bothered trying to get him off the mop bucket. I would have just beat him with the mop. I'm not getting close enough to touch that person. We've gotten too lax. We've gotten too lax with some of this shit. So Travis is just gonna start sending me a bunch of memes in the DMs here.
All right.
What's up?
I also found in this one. I'll share this one in the on the big screen. This one. It's a superhero doing some good in the world. I'll have to mute because I don't want to see about getting a ding on that one either. Nope.
Oh yeah, I've seen this one too. It's been a minute, but I haven't seen that one.
I was almost expecting the train to come up and smuck him.
I'm wondering why Lori Lightfoot ain't wearing a shirt.
Oh shit, Spider-Man!
You know, I've seen this one before too. And you ever see that video of the two Russian dudes working out in the woods? They got like their pet bear standing behind them.
Yeah.
I've seen a bunch of videos and stuff here lately with like bear cubs and whatnot. Johnny, I think I want a pet bear.
No. No, I'm good.
Yeah, I think I want me a pet bear. I mean, my neighbors were pissed off about the Rottweiler, so like, I can't wait to see their faces. I bring home like a baby grizzly. We are the grandsons of the retards you couldn't lobotomize. uh,
Oh man.
yeah, man. Just imagine, like, you know, neighbors get mad because my grass hasn't been cut in a while. You know, they come up, knock on my door, be like, "Hey, we noticed that you haven't mowed your yard in a while. It's getting kind of overgrown. Well, what have you been doing?" Like, oh well, me and Oleg have just been working out.
Oh, come say hi.
I don't know why I immediately give my fictitious grizzly bear a Russian name, but why not?
Did you send me
Oh,
another one?
you know what? Not Oleg. Dmitri. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Dmitri. Johnny, I'm gonna talk myself into getting a grizzly bear if this keeps up, man. I've already got a name for it and everything, man.
Well, just don't become one of those stories that we always come up with.
Yeah, man. See, I'm not talking about like getting a wild bear. You gotta get you a cub. Gotta raise them. Get a pet goat for the lawn. Unfortunately, like city ordinances don't allow any kind of livestock. Because back in the day, I used to have a neighbor that did have a couple goats in their yard, and then Mama Camel, she decided she wanted to have her a couple of pot-bellied pigs, and then they changed the ordinance. So it's like, yeah, no livestock. And man, if you think I'm bad with the different pets and stuff that I want, like my family was way worse.
Mm.
Yeah, my mother had two pot-bellied pigs, and like I try to inject a little culture into the family, because they were sitting there trying to come up with names for these pigs. So I'm like, hey, you got one, black pig, you got one pink pig, Napoleon and Snowball. You get that reference, Johnny?
No.
Animal Farm, George Orwell.
I actually have not seen that or read it.
I was gonna say it's like, um, but yeah, like I read Animal Farm and 1984 when I was in high school, and I was like, yeah, I like both of them. Uh, didn't realize that those were like spoiler alerts, but yeah. So I make those suggestions, explain to them why I came up with them. Nah, yeah. She named one of them Pumbaa.
Okay.
I was like, the warthog from the Lion King. Like, the other one, I'm not even gonna bother telling you the name. That one just had, yeah. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal. That's exactly right, Tier. So,
But how did they taste?
um, did not find out. Because this wasn't just like she like kept them like in the backyard either. Like they were in the house with her. So yeah, like it was really funny. Like she was getting married, right?
Yeah.
And I was in the wedding party. I was the best man, which is really kind of sad when you think about it. It's like the man you're marrying ain't got no friends, really? Like that's a red flag, moms. But my best friend from college, she ended up doing the photography for the event, and so after the reception, everything, get everything cleaned up, get back to the house. Me and him, you know, we burn one down. We're sitting there just high as giraffe pussy. Got the munchies eating wedding cake. We pass out, right? You know, combination of like a sugar rush and weed. We end up falling asleep. Well, he fell asleep with a plate with some of the wedding cake laying right next to him on the floor. I wake up to a nearly 300-pound black dude screaming like bloody murder. And I'm thinking like, oh shit, someone breaking the house. What's going on? Just
Yeah.
wake up. Bolt right. Looking around. He's screaming because one of the pigs crawled up, like beside him, it munched on all this wedding cake, and was like, I guess, trying to like lick his face to get like icing or whatever.
Oh, so he thought it was
Yeah.
eating his face.
he thought this was like some Hannibal shit going on. So, but yeah, I'm sitting there. I finally realized what's going on. I see like the pig has got icing all over its snout. There's icing over like half of his face. Yeah,
Nice.
I was like, I don't know what to tell you, but that shit's funny. National Weather Service from Norman. What is this nightmare?
All right.
Hmm.
Who wants to play with the caption contest here?
Okay.
As if there's any reason for this to be a thing.
How old is this picture?
I have no idea. But it's either really old or it's photoshopped to hell.
I mean, there used to be a time when she was actually kind of cute until she started talking. Random. She's milking someone else's material. Again! Travis, that's all women. True, but I mean, at least most other women have their own material when they start talking, you know? Oh god. Why? Why you gotta remind me? God, that was 2003. You remember Ben Affleck's Daredevil, Johnny?
Yes.
2003. God, it was so bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if this will get you hit for music, but I'm going to send you something real fast. Might just mute it for the chat, but I'm going to step away for a second.
All right. Let's take a look.
Motherfucker.
That's close enough. I should be able to.
Motherfucker.
Let's see here. I'll keep it on the small screen because it's not like it's a big. It needs a lot of detail to it.
Motherfucker.
It should be good enough not to. At least if it's it'll get me a content ID thing. It's not gonna. Most of the stuff, most of the music anyway, unless it's something that's independently made, typically doesn't give me much of a hassle. But,
What stories do I find inspirational? What's going on here? Trying to figure out what BG's talking about.
Let's see here. I think. Oh, I think you're talking about Animal Farm.
Ah,
That seems to be about when we were talking about that.
Oh damn! Luke Rockhold went straight Tyler Durden in this fight tonight. You know who Luke Rockhold is, right, Johnny?
I do not.
He's a middleweight UFC fighter, or at least he was middleweight. Maybe he went up to light heavyweight. I don't know. I've been out of the game for too long. But I think he used to be a middleweight champion. He's the one that Michael Bisping knocked out to win the UFC championship. Yeah. He got knocked out by a dude that's half blind. Well, apparently tonight he was fighting Paulo Costa, and he's got Costa on the mat, and he's in the full guard, and I guess at some point in the fight, Rockhold got cut, and he's just sitting there, he's face to face, he's just smearing his blood on Paulo Costa's face. You don't know where I've been, Paulo. You don't know where I've been.
Yeah, I saw. I did see that that clip going around.
Just nasty.
Yeah, that's. I don't do blood.
Well, I just thought it was funny. That's the first thing that popped in my mind was that scene from Fight Club. You don't know where I've been, Lou. You don't know where I've been. Oh damn, that is old school.
Oh yeah, the BG. Johnny made a crack about if you got the bear, just don't become like the stories you tend to find.
Oh,
About the animal attacks.
Yeah. Like I gotta find me like a small bear. Like it can't be something like ends up being taller than me and shit. Because like the Rottweiler, he's pretty big, but I can still kind of like boss him around. Need be, I can pick him up, throw him with my shoulder, which he does not like that. Believe it or not. He does not like being that far off the ground. You're like, hey man, like 2 seconds ago I had all 4 paws on the carpet, and now they're like 6 feet. I remember when I used to read Rolling Stone. It's been forever.
Back when I was more into music.
Well, I mean, when I was reading Rolling Stone, there wasn't even a whole lot of music being talked about in it. Like, we're talking like back to like 2010, 2011. Pardon me. Because, yeah, like I was working in a convenience store and, getting all the stuff done at the store, pretty easy. Only take a couple hours tops. I mean, except for like maybe like a delivery day. So, I mean, just reading through magazine racks and newspapers. I had like a year and a half worth of Rolling Stones just because they'd throw them out at the end of the month, right?
Yeah.
So I had me a good little collection going there. This is back, like Matt Taibbi still writing about the like the housing crash of 2008 and everything, like the vampire squid articles and all that stuff. Talking about like derivative swaps and shit. But yeah, like I just scrolling through Twitter, and somebody posted 30 years ago today, right in the middle of a controversy over his song "Cop Killer," Ice-T doubles down by appearing in a police uniform on the cover of Rolling Stone. Like, yeah, but I mean, Everyone got their panties in a bunch about that song,
Yeah.
but every movie he's in, he plays a fucking cop.
Yeah.
He's been playing a cop for like 2 decades on TV. I do like the fact that he'll be on Twitter talking about being an OG and everything, and then I'll see him like on the rerun channel that Nana Camel watches, hawking like like the car version of Aflac, pretty much. Was it Car Shield?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, that's what he's hawking. It's called Car Shield.
Oh, no, I never heard of it.
You don't watch the rerun channels like I do, Johnny. They're appealing to old people, dude. We're only like middle aged at this point. We're not in their target demographic yet. But yeah, it's hilarious, like him talking about, like I said, him on Twitter talking about being an OG, and it's like, dude, I see you selling car insurance to septuagenarians. Like, that ain't gangsta. Actually, that's quite responsible. But yeah, like I can only think of like one movie that I've seen Ice-T in that he did not play a cop. That was Ricochet.
And James Colley brought that up.
Huh?
James Colley mentioned that in the chat.
There you go. Yeah. That's an underrated movie in my opinion too. Denzel and John Lithgow. Pretty good, pretty good. Not, I mean, well, I wouldn't say pretty good. It's all right for the '90s, movies. I just thought it was funny, like John Lithgow hated Denzel so much, like he gave him gonorrhea. You ever seen Ricochet, Johnny?
If I have, it's been forever.
Oh, John Lithgow is like a like supposed to be like some super smart criminal or whatever, right? And like opening in the movie, he gets busted by Denzel. Denzel's a beat cop, young cop, and like Denzel distracts him by like stripping down to his underwear like Danny Glover in fucking Lethal Weapon. And that's how they end up catching him. Like he got him distracted, and they took him down. He ends up going to prison. He busts himself out. If you guys are upset about spoilers, fuck you. This was 30 years ago. Get over it. All right.
Why is he stripping down?
I think there was like a hostage situation or something like that. I think Lithgow had him like a human shield or something.
Yeah.
And Denzel he like starts stripping down, like showing he's like not got any weapons on him or anything like that. And I think somebody else clips him. But anyway, he breaks out of prison, fakes his own death, and then he just makes it his mission in life to destroy Denzel's life, because by the time he gets out of prison, Denzel has moved on from being a police officer to working in the DA's office. He's made a name for himself as a prosecutor. Got the standard trope of like all the newspaper clippings that Lithgow has collected, showing his rise in the DA's office.
Yeah.
And he ends up kidnapping Denzel, drugging him, and he hires a dirty ass hooker to fuck Denzel while he records it in like an empty like YMCA pool. He's trying to make Denzel like go crazy, pretty much. Take his job, take his family, make him question his sanity about Like, nah, man, we was in this empty pool. You know, like they show up, and the pool's full of water, and it's got like a elderly woman's water aerobics class going on. But yeah, he hated him so much he gave him the clap, dude.
Huh. Well, there are far worse gifts to give, I guess.
I suppose, yeah, but I mean, like, I, that took some, you know, there was coordination that had to be involved here, you know.
Yes.
The fuck is going on with Mike Tyson?
I know they're making a movie about him, or a TV show, or a
Is it on Hulu?
yeah.
Yeah. Apparently Mike ain't happy. Mike not happy at all. Go to his Twitter, see what's up. I think it's hilarious that he's got a pigeon with a face tattoo. It's his avatar.
Yeah. He's on Cameo. I wonder how much his costs. He is currently unavailable.
Oh, so apparently the upcoming series on Hulu was produced without his involvement or consent.
Yeah, that sounds about par for the course for Hulu.
Unauthorized series about his life. Oh wow, that's wild. Like, man, if you're gonna piss somebody off, I think the last person you'd want on that list would be Mike Tyson. He gonna punch you in the face, bite your ears off, man. I don't know.
He's gonna eat your family, even though you don't have one. If that doesn't ring anyone's bells there.
That was he was talking about Lennox Lewis, wasn't he?
Uh, yes. I think way before he even had kids.
Oh man, I'm trying to think. If there's anything that's gone on online or anything like that that we haven't talked about yet that need to. Because I'm just sitting here scrolling Twitter and not a lot going on at 2 a.m. on the timeline.
Although apparently he has had a kid at that time.
Okay, now that's just wild.
Yeah. So what do
Oh
you got?
no.
I mean, what do you got?
Oh, it's a Reuters video. F-22 fighter jets roared overhead, and a P-51 brought a piece of World War II history to Chicago's Air and Water Show. And I don't care about them interviewing this dude, watching the show, but like that first little clip, they're showing like the I guess it's the P-51, and he's going up, but like it's like spinning, you know, like as he's spinning and flipping around. You know, I guess as he stalled out before he comes back down and starts flying again. That sounds. I'm getting queasy just looking at it, dude.
Yeah, no.
Oh, Travis sent us one from Media Research Center. Anthony Fauci booed at Seattle Mariners game. Good.
Yeah.
Fuck that asshole. I think he should be booed everywhere he goes. The Seattle Mariners defeated the New York Yankees 1-0 in 13 innings last night in what was one of the longest games of the MLB season so far. But that perhaps wasn't even the biggest storyline coming from the evening on the diamond. Before the game started, Doctor, and I say that part loosely, they put that in there, not me. Dr. Anthony Fauci threw out the ceremonial first pitch at T-Mobile Park and received the Hutch Award, typically given to the MLB player that best. Wait. He was given an award that's typically given to players that
Players.
best exemplifies the fighting spirit and competitive desire of Fred Hutchinson, the legendary pitcher and manager who died of cancer at the age of 45. He became just the second non-MLB player to win the award.
Who was the first?
I don't know, it doesn't say.
All right.
However, he was greeted with thunderous boos from the crowd, even in a liberal city like Seattle.
Let's see here.
I'm so. Now the video, the first one showing like this, there's boos coming from this section where the video is being shot at, but I wouldn't say thunderous.
Well, I'm looking at the Hutch Award winners. There's only. Let's see. It wasn't awarded the year yesterday or last year. Yesterday, it wasn't awarded last year, nor the year before. But I am not seeing.
You know,
there is an outside position here. Outfielder, pitcher, outfielder, third baseman, outfielder, pitcher, shortstop, pitcher, first baseman, outfielder.
you probably have to go back a ways to find that other person.
Well, this is
But
it's got the whole list.
yeah, I'm saying you probably have to go back down the list further, a ways to get.
1965.
Is that the?
That's the start.
Well, I'm also looking at like the first pitch, because he threw out the first pitch as well.
It was given to a designated a hitter twice.
This motherfucker is barely on the mound. He is one step away from the grass when he throws his ball, and it's like just a high floater. I don't expect you to be like, slinging heat, but why is it everyone's so fucking bad at throwing a first pitch?
Yeah.
You got people sitting there, they're throwing it up, way up too high. They're throwing it in the dirt,
Way
they're
off to the left.
Yeah, off to the left, right. They're throwing it everywhere except for at the catcher. And so this dude's got to stand up. He's got to reach his arm up to get the fucking ball. I don't like watching baseball, but I played baseball growing up. I could make a first pitch from the mound to the catcher. And don't give me that shit about they're nervous. No. This is like rote muscle memory at this point. You should be able to throw a baseball.
Yeah. No, it's ridiculous because how far is the pitcher's mound away from the home
90
plate?
feet.
90 feet.
If I'm not mistaken, it's 90 feet. No, hold on one second. Distance from pitcher to home plate. Maybe it's 60. Can't remember.
Let's see here. Distance from pitching rubber to the rear point in home plate is 60 feet 6 inches.
Oh, for MLB?
Yeah.
Why was I thinking 90 then? Shit.
90 might be home,
Oh, wait,
home,
that's
to first, home to first base.
I could be thinking like baseline to baseline in basketball. I admit I played more basketball than I did baseball growing up. But yeah, 60 feet. You know, I don't expect you to be throwing, like a 90-mile-per-hour slider.
Oh, it's 90 square feet for the baseball field. So
Okay.
that could be where the 90 came from.
Yeah, that could be it. But yeah, like the ceremonial first pitch is usually the most I see of a baseball game, and I am tired of seeing so many people suck at it. All right. Oh, hello there.
Yeah, a lot of I don't know. Some people it's like, oh yeah, it's nice that they're throwing the field in. Sometimes they go high. Sometimes they, at least hit the ground before it gets to the catcher.
Since Terry was here earlier, I sent you a DM with some more proof that I'm not Jack.
All right, let's see here. Hello, nurse. Seen hotter, but yeah.
That's my type of Asian right there.
Yeah. And yeah, there was that that video you sent me earlier with Max Scherzer practicing his pitching before the ambassador from Japan was supposed to throw the first pitch.
Oh, well, yeah, that was a couple months ago, Johnny.
That was. It just popped up on the thing here.
Oh, okay.
May 13th.
Yeah. That was supposed to be like like Japan Appreciation Day or something. Yeah, it was like Japanese ambassador, and there was a Mets game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah, and that asshole's like, "Nah, man, I'm doing my warm ups. you go ahead and fuck off." Mets went ahead and lost that game because Mets.
Yeah.
I never liked the Mets, and I think it's the same reason why I never liked the Knicks. I think the reason why I don't like both of those teams is because their names are just shortened, you know? The New York Metropolitans.
Oh, really?
The New York Knickerbockers.
I actually did not know that was the Metropolitans.
Yeah, yeah. And like, I'm sorry, but that sounds like a retarded name for a team. You know, the Metropolitans. You know? And then, of course, like I said, the New York Knicks, the New York Knickerbockers. Like, congratulations, you're named after the gayest way to say short pants. But yeah, just ridiculous nicknames, ridiculous mascots, and they both suck and haven't won in forever. So yeah, good reason to not like either one of them, in my opinion. How do you feel about the football season getting started up, Johnny? Are you ready to go root for the Commanders?
Could not care less. Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost interest in the NFL years ago.
Trying to think of the last time I really paid attention to like the NFL, like going through the season. Oh, it would have been 2005. I was really rooting for the Eagles to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I was a Donovan McNabb fan back in the day. Sports ball, meh. Hey, Cynic, I don't judge you guys with your feral cat hunting and whatnot. You are aware of that, right, Johnny?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't want to like shock you there.
Yes, I am aware of the feral cat issue.
I just think it's weird that they're holding up like house cats, in like hunting magazines in Australia, like like a dude just caught like some record breaking bass. Like, look, I got it.
I can't do an Australian accent justice. So
I can't either. I wasn't even trying.
I got me mittens.
Yeah, the best I can do is like I could do the whole line from Seinfeld about the dingo, and then maybe I could do that line from a basketball. How to speak San Franciscan. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm horrible when it comes to accents, so I don't really bother. The only sport to watch is bass tournaments. I mean, I suppose if like you've run out of sleeping pills, sure, cannibalistic. I mean, watching bass fishing, that sounds about as riveting as golf or watching paint dry to me. But okay, I still can't for the life of me figure out how people can watch golf, unironically. You're not a big golfer, are you, Johnny?
Actually, I am. I don't play very much because it is an expensive sport to play.
Mm.
But usually when I do go, it's either with a couple of my best friends and or my dad. But actually, the last golf course that we went to was around Father's Day. It turns out it had a dress code.
That's right. Yeah, you're telling me about that. Your brother got it all set up for you, and he didn't tell you guys to like wear your suit jackets.
Well, and the funny part is everyone else other than my brother had already been to that golf course, so they already knew the rules and everything that was established.
So were they wearing like the short pants with the funny hats and socks and everything, or what? What kind of dress code are we talking here? Honestly,
Collared shirts and I they just said pants, really.
Oh man, I'd show up like John fucking Daly, if you know. Yeah, okay, this shirt's got a collar on it, but it's also tie dyed, and the pants are plaid, and I've got a mullet, and we're smoking, smoking menthols.
Yeah, it just had to be a collared shirt. And so here I am showing up in, I think it was one of my Jack shirts. It was do your laundry.
Mm.
And yeah, everyone's like, well, he kind of needs a collared shirt. And I'm like,
Oh, see, Tier, now that's a good idea too. Like the plaid pants with the tie-dyed collar shirt, John Daly style, and like some rhinestone platform boots, like Elton John. Just start teeing off.
but yeah, if it weren't for the fact that my brother had driven in from Washington, like the day of.
Oh, that wouldn't fucking stop me. I'd show up dressed up like the Kiss Army.
They weren't gonna let me play. Everyone else had a collared shirt, and I did not. So that was kind of, and that's the first golf course I've ever been to that had that sort of dress code.
This is why I stick with disc golf. Everyone's too stoned to care what you're wearing.
Or fall.
Maybe in your backwater, but in the rest of the civilized world, we call it disc golf, sir.
I will forever call it fall.
Yeah, you'll forever fuck up calling it falf. Yes, we know.
Well, that goes with anything.
I just think it's funny that you guys in Montana are lazier than the rest of us.
Yeah, that is not a shock to me at all. But it's because we have to play catch up to anything else. Like I say, Montana, their logo is, hey, have you guys heard of the Rubik's Cube?
We got the same problem in Oklahoma, but damn.
No, it was really funny because I remember when I was down in Smyrna, Tennessee. A bunch of my friends were looking to migrate to North Carolina because they had family down there, and so we're like, yeah, we're gonna go down, we're gonna get jobs, get established, go to college, do the thing, and it'll be fine. I'm like, yeah, sure. I can do that on 2.5 weeks of pay. Needless to say, that didn't last long. So I get down to Tennessee, and I'm out of money, and I kind of forgot what I was going with there. What were we talking about?
Edema.
Oh, yes.
Because I've heard the story before.
Yeah. And Edema had just came out with their album. And I'm like, oh yeah, my friends would like this. They're probably listening to it right now. And I got sick. It was a couple weeks later. And I get back to back home, and I'm like, hey, have you guys heard of this band Edema? And they're like, no, we never heard of them. I'm like, yeah, I heard them down in Tennessee. It was fucking amazing. I think you guys would like it. And I had picked up a job from a friend of mine, and we were listening to the radio, and this was about 2.5 to 3 weeks later, and they're like, yeah, we have this brand new song that just released today. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? I heard this 3 weeks ago. How did it just release here? yeah, it was amazing how slow it takes to get here. Like, we didn't get high speed internet until I would say, let's see, cable internet was probably around 2010. I'd say 2013.
Hmm.
And it was funny because a friend of mine and a couple of friends of his started an internet company, and they were laying cable, fiber optic cable for a block downtown as a kind of a test, because they wanted to see about getting 100 megabyte per second speeds, which at that time, many of the places around the state were only just getting. And as they were laying they're cutting into the road, and they had actually found old mining rails that were buried under pavement. Yeah, they were cutting the road, and one of their blades broke. And he's just like, what the hell's going on down there? And so they were cutting to see what was going on, and they found, the railroad track down there. And that is my story. Gotta wake everyone up.
No, I'm just trying to find something else to talk about, but there's, like I said, nothing really going on the timeline, and I haven't been keeping up with news, so yeah, random. No, you guys in chat got anything you want us to talk about, look at? Because I'm running out of shit. Tear like, I'm awake. Montana. What? Huh?
Yeah. All right, let's see here.
James Hawley says, movies. I always talk about movies. Anime, not so much. The only animes I've ever watched are Dragon Ball Z and Death Note. Jim Jones. I have on occasion thought to myself, I could do it better. I mean, who hasn't in their lifetime at least once thought about starting their own cult?
All right, let me see. Here we go. Let's see if this will let me.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. All right, I'll just use this on the small screen. Okay, so earlier in the week, this isn't the exact layout. This is a 4-lane, but there's over here. There's a 3-lane. So,
well, is that a 4-lane or is that one lane over there just a merge lane?
I think that's a merge lane because looks like there's an off ramp here.
Yeah,
but we'll use this as an example because there's no cars over here. So say this is the middle lane. So we'll just say 1, 2, 3. So this is the middle lane. This vehicle up here is being slow as hell. This is the one behind that, the one behind that, and then there's me. And I have this guy behind me here who is looking to get to the off-ramp, which is coming up over here. Now, as a driver, which way would you drive?
In the direction I was going.
Okay. So, as normally as one would, you would hit your right signal, get over in this lane, and continue on to the off ramp, right?
One would think, yes.
This asshole hits his left blinker, comes over here, and then decides to, I'm going over this way. And then, like, speeds past everyone up into the off-ramp, where I end up, like, parked next to him while we're waiting for the red light to change.
James, we should talk about why Oklahoma's motto is yes, we are Texas's bitch. No, sir. Pretty sure the only time I ever think of you Texans is when you guys are showing how poorly you drive through my state. That's about it. And, you should read up on your Texas history, sir. We invaded Texas. And you guys did fuck all about it. I told you that story, right, Johnny?
No.
Yeah, back during the Depression, if I'm mistaken, or around the time of the Depression, there was a toll road going from Texas to Oklahoma across the Red River. And they were trying to get it to where, like, they weren't, they're trying to get down the number of toll roads, just have them being public roads going from, one state to the other. And I can't remember which side it was that had this toll road. They decided now fuck that, we're going to keep making our money. I want to say it was Texas. Because, the Oklahoma National Guard actually got into a shooting fight with the Texas Rangers over it.
Huh.
That's right, Travis. Alfalfa Bill Murray. And why do you have Bill in the quotation? The alfalfa part should be in the quotations. Yeah, we had the greatest named governor of all time, Alfalfa Bill Murray. That's right, Tier. Texas could have been its own nation, but they decided to fuck that up. You know? Technically, Oklahoma could have been its own nation too, if only the South had won the war.
Way to go!
You ever see those people talking about? I saw on Twitter a few weeks back. There was people. Somebody posted a map of the U.S., right, and it had marked like all the states. It's like that. I guess we're still flying the Confederate flag. And they had this little, they marked it up. It's like, if you live in these states, you can still fly the Confederate flag. And it's supposed to be like all the southern states. And someone's like, here, let me fix that for you. If you live in these states, you can fly the Confederate flag. And they marked it out to where none of them, right? Because you shouldn't be flying the Confederate flag in current year. But yeah, somebody pointed out, they're like, I don't understand why Oklahoma would be flying the Confederate flag. It's like, oh, you didn't pay attention to history class. Or, you had a really piss poor history teacher, one of the two.
Yeah.
I always like pointing out the very last Confederate general to surrender in the Civil War was a Cherokee by the name of Stand Watie. And like when Obama was driving up from Texas to, I guess maybe Tulsa or something like that. I remember he passed through Durant, Oklahoma, which is where we've got one of the bigger of the Choctaw casinos, or the biggest, I should say. And there's a whole bunch of people that had the Confederate flag like sitting there on the roadside as we went past. Why would they be flying the Confederate flag? Read your history books. And the Indians got tired of the Union breaking all the treaties. And the Confederacy said, hey, if you fight on our side, we'll leave you the fuck alone. Which, let's be honest, they probably wouldn't. But, I mean, Indians had grievances. So, yeah, why would they be flying the Confederate flag in Oklahoma? Because they fought for the Confederacy.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be going a certain route, you want to make. It sounds like it's going to be easy, but yeah, no.
And because the Confederacy lost, that's how we got the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That was the punishment for being on the losing side. It's like, oh well, this territory that was all yours. Guess what? White people get to have it now. I mean, define one, Travis. Because if you're talking about the whole thing with the reservation and stuff going on today, I wouldn't count that as winning. If I go to apply for any assistance to the Choctaw Nation, it's a federal application. I'm not, it's not just here fill out this sheet of paper. It's no, hey, this is a 14-page document that you got to fill out, and it's got to be fucking right too. Otherwise, the federal government will come after your ass for lying to them about it. I don't think that's winning. Yeah. I mean, that's the only upside is, okay, there's less state control over the tribes, but until you can get rid of the federal control, they haven't won shit. No, she didn't, because she's not a tribal member tier. She got one of her great grannies sucked off an Indian once. But that doesn't count for her being part of the tribe.
She absorbed it through digestion.
Yeah, but one decent nosebleed, and that woman loses all of her native heritage. I'm just glad that she tried to say that she was Cherokee and not Choctaw, because the Choctaws probably would have taken her. I've actually met people that are card-carrying tribal members that have 512th Choctaw heritage. I was like,
that
bitch,
low?
you white. Yes. They're eligible for benefits, but they're not eligible for they're not eligible to be a member of the tribal government. If you want to be a council person or like chief, assistant chief, something like that, you got to be a quarter blood. Which is why I'm still kind of pissed that my great grandmother wouldn't say who the baby daddy was when she was pregnant with my grandfather. Because they counted him as half, they counted my mom as a quarter, and me as an eighth. So I can vote for tribal council, I can vote for chief, but I can't wear the headdress, Johnny.
And you were so close.
I mean, if it's probably a good thing too, because like if I could be chief, that's how I'd start my cult, Johnny. It'd be a sexy cult too. Talk about having to repopulate.
Let it happen.
I feel bad for Kamar Usman, man. All these pictures showing up on my timeline. This dude just knocked the fuck out with his eyes wide open. Poor dude. So, is there? Let me see. You haven't watched any of this She-Hulk stuff, right?
No.
No, just scribes
I've
about it.
I've listened to other people's stories about them watching it.
Yeah, I haven't watched anything Disney related since WandaVision.
I watched the Moon Knight series and I was disappointed that way.
Yeah. Tyr wants to be a priest in my sex cult. I mean, that depends, Tyr. How many bitches can you pull? Because the sex cult can't be no sausage party. You hear? Got to figure out the ratio that I want. It's gonna need a better ratio than the Mormons got.
Oh, you can watch that spit fly.
Oh, the Kamar Usman.
Yeah, the kick.
I was just like watching like the leg just wrap around his head, pretty much. But yeah, he got him right on the jaw, just from like the chin to the joint.
Oh shit, that's gotta be. That's funny. Let's see here. Alec Baldwin says Rust incident took, quote, light years off his life.
Compare that to how many years it took off Helena Hutchins' life.
Yeah.
I think you came out ahead, Alec.
Oh shit. Phrasing.
Can you imagine being his lawyer? Like, would you just shut the fuck up, man? You are going to talk yourself into a prison sentence. Shut up.
Now, see what you're doing right here is you're talking. What I need you to do is not
shut the fuck
that.
Up. I got a big bag of shh with your name on it. You remember him doing that like interview on the roadside? At like what, a couple weeks after? Do you remember that, Johnny?
Uh-uh.
Oh my god, dude. I don't know where to find it now. But yeah, like I don't know where he was either. But it was just on the side of a fucking road. And like people are like asking him questions and he's like trying to explain his side of it and everything. And his wife is standing there next to him off screen trying to get him to shut the fuck up. and he's like, would you just he's like waving her away and telling her like to be quiet. And it's like no, dude, you need to take her advice. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, exactly, Tyr. Fuck him. I hope he loses a whole bunch of money for that. But yeah, like him and his wife both are just fucking weird. Like his wife was trying to pass herself off as Latina. Yeah, like her name is Hilaria. It's like, nah, bitch, your name's Hillary. You're a white girl named Hillary trying to sound exotic.
Because she's 1/5 Hispanic.
Is she?
I have no idea.
Oh. I was sitting there trying to do the fractions. Like, how the fuck you get 1/5?
That was all just random.
You got your mom, you got your dad, you got your grandma, your granddad, you know, grandpa, grandma, and the milkman, apparently. Yeah, exactly, random. Skill. That's how. If I were a chief, would I have ended up arrested for burying Ezra Miller's body in the hills? No, because I would not be burying bodies in the hills. I know pig farmers, BG. You ain't got to bury shit.
If you've seen Snatch, that's pretty much how it works.
Only thing they can't digest is the teeth and hair. And never trust a pig farmer. Spicy ketchup. I don't know how I feel about that. And that's another thing. Texas, you guys are way too proud of Whataburger. Okay? You guys need to tone that shit down, because no. Just no. I'm waiting to see if those were fighting words for James or not. Just waiting for like a string of expletives in chat. Oh, oh shit! I was gonna ask you if you'd kept track at all about the Artemis NASA project.
I have not.
Well, are you aware at all of Artemis?
I am not.
You are aware of Apollo, right? Like you saw the Tom Hanks movie and everything, right?
Yes.
Okay. The Apollo missions, back in the '60s, getting us to space race, fighting the communists, land on the moon, all that jazz. Well, now they're doing it again, but with whammons. And so they decided to call this one Artemis because whammon.
Okay.
You are aware that Artemis is the goddess of the hunt, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. That's why they named it that. Well, let's see if time will let me read this or not. Because the headline I thought was funny. Why NASA is launching yeast into space. I have an idea, but let's see if they prove me right. When NASA's massive space launch system rocket takes off on its first uncrewed journey around the moon, currently scheduled for August 29th, most people will be paying attention to the 32-story machine itself, the largest rocket ever launched. Far fewer will be giving much thought to the yeast going along for the ride. But the little yeast are a very big deal. Okay, they're not dissuading me from my theory yet, Johnny. We're only one paragraph in. Radiation in deep space poses a potentially deadly risk to human beings. Future moon bases and missions to Mars will expose astronauts to space radiation for months and even years at a time. Do we not have a fucking space station right now? With astronauts and other shit floating around in it?
Something international.
I could swear that we do. Like, is this really? Is this really the justification for this? To test how living things bear up under such danger, the SLS will be carrying a shoebox-sized CubeSat known as BioSentinel, which will be released from the rocket, fly past the moon, and enter a 6 to 9 month orbit around the sun. On board will be microscopic samples of yeast, which will be constantly exposed to the sizzling assault of high-energy cosmic rays and solar particles. We're trying to bake bread with the sun, Johnny.
Either that, or we're trying to hit something with. Imagine, if you will.
Imagine, if you will.
Say this space yeast hits, random space, whatever.
Oh God, this is going to be a Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah, and the next thing you know, they have like yeast babies that make bread, that turn people into bread. I don't know. I'm fucking tired, but no. What are they thinking about with this yeast? Like, what is?
Let's see. Some of the instruments aboard BioSentinel will measure the intensity of the radiation, while far smaller, finer ones, known as microfluidics cards, built to study extremely small amounts of liquids, will monitor the welfare of the yeast, sending the data they gather back to Earth. Yeast are hardly people, you don't say. But when it comes to measuring such biological processes as growth, death, and DNA damage, they are a pretty good proxy. The samples aboard BioSentinel, which will have the distinction of flying farther in space than any organisms from Earth ever have before, will tell us a lot about the prospects of the astronauts who will one day follow. But yeast won't be the only passengers aboard the SLS when it takes off. The Orion crew capsule that will orbit the moon on the mission will be fairly stuffed with cargo, some of it practical, much of it sentimental. As CNN reports, the center seat of the spacecraft, the commander's seat, will be occupied by a spacesuit-clad mannequin. So they really are trying to get an idea of what it's going to be like to have, women drivers. Okay.
They're already padding the vehicle for the express lane.
Which will rest against sensors in the seat to measure the acceleration and vibration a real astronaut will experience during the second crewed. Do we not already know what kind of vibrations and shit astronauts are going to experience when we launch their ass into space? I swear we did this shit back in the 60s. And hell, the Russians were throwing chimps and dogs and all kinds of other shit out there too. We've got an idea how this shit works, do we not? Or are the conspiracy theorists right and all that shit was fake?
See, we lost the data.
The Russian space dog ate our paperwork.
It's in the spam folder.
Flanking. Let's see. They named the mannequin Moonikin Campos. The first name was chosen by a public contest. Yeah, that sounds about right. The last name is a nod to Arturo Campos, a NASA electrical engineer who made essential contributions to the safe return of the near-disastrous Apollo 13 mission in 1970. Flanking Moonikin in two other crew seats will be artificial human torsos made of soft flesh-like material that they use ballistic dummies.
Yep.
Which will include more than 5,600 sensors and 34 detectors to test the radiation levels that real crew members will be exposed to in flight. Also aboard, a Snoopy plush toy a nod to the Apollo 10 lunar orbital mission, which nicknamed its lunar module Snoopy. A pen nib used by Snoopy cartoonist Charles Schultz. A pen nib? The fuck's a pen nib?
Pin nib?
Yeah, I'm reading it as written. A moon rock collected by the Apollo 11 crew. A space science badge from the Girl Scouts of America. A medal commemorating the Apollo 8 mission, the first crewed lunar orbital mission.
You mean like this?
I don't know, I guess.
Sure. It's a pen nib.
Yeah, I never heard of that before. Let's see, what else were they going to send out there? A medal commemorating the Apollo 8 mission, and a small handful of tree seeds, which could be planted after the Orion spacecraft returns to Earth. That will continue a tradition begun by the Apollo 14 lunar landing mission, which also carried seeds that would be later be planted at various sites around the country, sprouting into much celebrated moon trees.
And that's where COVID-23 came from.
Well, I'm wondering, how celebrated are they if this is the first time I'm hearing about them, you know?
You raise a point.
I just love, hearing, like, oh, this much celebrated thing. Well, how much was it really celebrated if nobody's heard about it until now?
Yeah. Well, if you're in the scientific community, most of the scientific community hasn't even heard of it. I mean, if it was such a celebrated thing, Neil deGrasse Tyson wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
See, even though I am blocked by Keffels, I still see this stupid shit pop up on my timeline because other people screenshot it and whatnot.
Yeah.
Trans women don't have to disclose that they are trans before having sex with straight men because they are women. I have hooked up with straight guys and not disclosed I was trans. I'm not going to apologize for that. It makes about as much sense as having to disclose you are diabetic before having sex with someone.
Yeah, I don't see where being having a low blood sugar would even register as a reasonable complaint.
I suppose, like, you might have to disclose that if if like your partner does like the Varsity Blues whipped cream bikini, like, hey, I got the sugar foot, so I can't be snacking on that. All right, you got to go ahead and take that shit off.
Well, that also depends upon what kind of whipped cream, because there are some whipped creams that actually are zero carb.
Is it carb or sugar?
It's carb. Well, carb is a sugar. Or sugar is a carb, I guess, would be the way to say it.
No,
it's fucking stupid.
I don't see how those two are analogous at all.
Not even close.
Because, when's the last time you heard of somebody, claiming that one of their friends got beat to death by their lover because they didn't disclose they had type 2?
I don't know what I should do. What? We started to hook up, and then I found out he's diabetic. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, just... And how many times do you hear about, like, oh, well, it's a matter of safety, like, well, look at that Virginia Tech football player.
Yeah.
You know that story, right, Johnny?
Yeah. I was explaining that to my wife earlier, actually.
First of all, I call shenanigans. All right, that dude, he had to have some kind of... He had to know something was up, right?
Well, yeah. Because I don't see how he could have gone through 2 dates.
Well, I mean, it was Tinder, so calling them dates is
Well, Tinder dates. Take make the
Tinder
make
hookups.
make with that what you will.
It's like I've said before. A mouth is a mouth, Johnny. You know,
But clearly,
he
until it
you know.
tries to shank you when it's dark.
Well, I mean, he didn't pull the crocodile Dundee until the second time around. You know, you got to check the goods first time out every time. But yeah, and like if I mean, let's suppose, right? Let's suppose that this is a biological cis woman that you're dealing with. You know this for a fact. First time you go to get frisky, and they want to turn off all the lights like a fucking oh shit, what was a Teddy Pendergrass song. I had to reach back there in that Kings of Comedy bit from Cedric the Entertainer to get that one. But yeah, I mean, if the only way they're gonna suck your dick is if there's no light, you got a full like zero loom, like it's a fucking Navy SEAL mission. You better start asking some questions. You know?
Well, and I can see with the kid being an actual kid. What, 19?
Hell no, man. That's still old enough to know better. That's still 18, 19 years old. That's still old enough for the spidey sense to be going off like something ain't right here. All right. And this is coming from a guy who I've said it before. My dick has taken me to places I wouldn't go with a gun, but I still have questions. You know. And like I said, the fact this kid waited like a month later after getting his dick sucked the first time to go back with a friend because moral support, I guess. Like I got questions. But yeah, don't tell people. That's a great way to get yourself just fucking beat. And you ever watch that show Nip Tuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember when they had Famke Janssen on there?
Yeah.
Also, by the way, cameo by Alec Baldwin. We're bringing it back full circle. But yeah. Well, Famke Janssen, she played a trans woman on that show, and what was she ended up hooking up with the Christian Troy, one of the main characters, and immediately, as soon as he got in, he's like, something ain't right here. Because there's a difference between natural, organic,
Yeah.
There's God made pussy and there's man made pussy. There's a difference. And so I have to imagine if Kessel's hooking up with straight dudes, and unless she's like catching like virgins at the gate, they know as soon as they get in there like this is different. What's going on here? They gotta know.
Yep.
So let's see what the comments are arguing here. Somebody's asking about compelled speech. No, that's not compelled speech. That's just. How about common courtesy?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Tier. I mean, if you know if if you're honest from Jump Street about this stuff, yeah, bunch of dudes gonna shoot you down and be like, nah, sorry, not my bag, baby. But you're gonna find some freaks out there that are into it. And I'm not saying freaks pejoratively either. Like I'm talking like, letting they freak flag fly. The internet has opened up a whole wide world of degenerates. And you'll find somebody.
Yep. If there is a thing, there are people who want to fuck it.
Exactly. But this idea of like, not having to disclose this kind of shit. And of course, like that dude Scott Wiener in California made it to where you don't have to disclose. You can knowingly spread HIV, and it's only a misdemeanor. Like that's And I remember when that came out too. Like everyone's like, "Well, it's not like it's gonna kill you." Now it's like, no, it's not. Okay, what if you're poor and you can't afford the meds to keep you undetectable?
Yeah.
What if you can't afford, the antivirals and shit that's going to keep you from dying from pneumonia? Are we really going to say that, oh, you're not going to die from that? Yeah. Just use PrEP. It's like, motherfuckers get out here getting monkeypox.
Yeah, that's a whole different ball game.
Like these people aren't holding up like the 2 weeks to stop the spread like the rest of us were supposed to be doing for COVID. So you willing to bet all of them are using PrEP?
Yeah,
like man, I'm glad that I'm in a relationship because like ain't no way I could be single these days trying to get some strange.
Yeah.
I think back to that old Eddie Murphy bit about playing craps with your dick. Nah, man. I ain't rolling them bones. 2 orgies a week to slow the spread.
No, and make sure they're not piss orgies.
Like, hey, man, if you guys would just stop spreading your cheeks, stop spreading monkeypox. Simple as. And the joke about HIV is like somebody fucked a monkey, and that's how it got started. Can we honestly say that is not the case with monkeypox? Do we know? I'm willing to bet you somebody fucked a monkey.
Yeah.
I mean, as often as I see zoophiles on fucking on Twitter, I'm willing to bet somebody fucked a monkey. But it's getting too fucking weird out here, man. Too weird.
I'm gonna blame James Goodall.
That bitch, yeah. But no, man, it's too much weird shit. Like, I can't even go to the Christian Science Monitor no more. You're getting too fucking weird for me. I don't like the fact that... Who fucked monkey? What's up, Frosted?
Hey, Frosted, how's it going?
Like, I can't even go to that website no more, man. It's getting too weird. Everything's fucking incest porn, and I ain't down with that. I gotta go back to like the 80s and 90s when they still had Bush. It's still kind of normal. There's like pizza guys and plumbers and all kinds of other normal shit. Tier, I'm blaming Tarzan. Hey man, he, the jungle was pretty lonely till Jane showed up, but man had to do what he had to do.
Would show up like that ostrich human from South Park.
Kill me. Oh, and like they ripped that off for Family Guy too. The whole Noah's Ark. The fuck is this? What was it, like an elephant and a penguin or something like that?
Yeah, I can't remember that one.
I remember it because it still showed up from time to time, like meme format.
Yeah, elephant and a penguin.
Yeah.
Hey, Mitch.
Hey, what's up, Mitch? Nah, man. Like I said, dude, it's getting too weird out here. Like, if it keeps up, man, I'm gonna start going back to church. You know, see if I can find some loopholes in that book, man. Escape the rapture. Tears like, I have work in the AM and I need to get to sleep. Well, how are we gonna start the cult, man? If you're out there working in 9 to 5, huh?
Oh yeah.
You need to pull some bitches out that TSA line, and start handing out pamphlets or something, man. Don't disclose. That just. How long do you think it's going to be before we get that inevitable, Twitter update like, hey, Keffels is in the hospital. Something happened. Well, what happened?
She fucked around
she went
and
on a
found
date?
out.
Yeah. I just no, man, no, don't. You'll find somebody just as weird as you if you're honest. Okay. There's 8 billion people in this world. There's somebody out there who shares your level of freakiness. Just be honest about it. And then you'll find out, like, if you're too honest. You know?
All right. And I will be right back.
All right. But nah, how's everybody out in chat doing? It's 3:14 in the morning here, Oklahoma time. Once again, Fauci's shot was ineffective. Was he playing basketball now or something? We saw his first pitch out at the Mariners game the other day. Welcome to the Seventh Day Evangelistic Druids. You need to pee in this cup. Yeah, just like no one ever tries to bring back the old gods, right? Like all the pagans are vegans, so like ain't nobody praying to Odin or anything no more. Maybe we should bring that shit back. So you took a nap? You took a nap in the middle of the stream? That's cool, Keith. That's fine. I didn't realize we've been going that long enough for someone to take a nap, come back. Oh, what do you guys got going on? Anything need to? You got a coworker praise to the old gods? Oh, cool. Are they vegan? Because I mean, I'd lose a little bit of respect for them. At this point, they're the only pagans, Mitch. Oh, that's good. All right, yeah. You can't be, man. You can't be praying to Odin and eating like tofu. All right, you can't do that. Oh, speaking of the Norse gods, you guys see the story out of Norway about the walrus that they killed cartel style? That was fucked up, man. In case you guys didn't see the story, they had a 1,300 pound walrus they named Freya that was in a fjord, however they pronounce it. You know, that Swedish chef sounding fucking language. But yeah, it would like hop up in people's boats and sunbathe and shit. And apparently, you know, people were getting too close to it, wanting to get selfies and shit. So, like, the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries and whatever told everyone's like, hey, if you guys don't quit fucking around with this walrus, we may have to kill it or move it or and I knew as soon as they came out with that, it's like they ain't gonna move that animal, you know. And like a couple days later, yeah, they this walrus, got up on somebody's boat and like after dark, like 3 4 dudes just went up and mafia style, just tap tap, You hear about the walrus, Johnny? Cuckoo, Cuckoo, and all
no.
that. I was telling Chad about it. In Norway, they had this 1,300 pound walrus they named Freya that was hanging out around Oslo, and it would climb up in people's boats and stuff to sunbathe. And people were getting too close to it, wanting to get selfies and stuff. So their Department of Fish and Wildlife or whatever put out a warning telling people to leave the walrus alone, or they may have to uh, put the animal down or move it. And not even like 2 3 days later, the New York Times reported, yeah, they went ahead and just killed it.
Hmm. It had evidence on the Clintons, apparently.
Well, like that's the thing. Like they put like a mafia style hit on this fucking walrus, dude.
Took it fishing.
No, like they straight shot it like a bunch when they went to go do a necropsy on it.
It was a Godfather joke.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, like they shot it. They cut it up and they sent it off to be uh, autopsied. It's like, motherfucker, you know how it died. You shot it.
Yeah.
Like, what do you expect to find out? Which one of you guys won the pool on who got the kill shot? But yeah, I was like, man, fuck Norway. All my homies hate Norway. I noticed, they said like the problem was all the people, around the animal, right? They didn't shoot none of the people. I'd have had more respect for them if they did.
And that goes with Harambe too.
Right? I think it would have been a great life lesson for that mother if instead of shooting the gorilla, they shot the kid.
Shot the kid and then shot her for letting it happen.
Like, how bad of a parent you got to be that a gorilla takes better care of your kid than you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Harambe makes me pray for the multiverse, man. Maybe there's a timeline where he actually survives. Yeah, gonna shoot that walrus just because these motherfuckers can't keep their hands to themselves.
Harambe in the truck. Wiggle your big toe.
Oh. Travis, it is too early in the morning for you to be sending me this kind of bullshit. Jason Crocker was jailed in 2015 for 9 years. Wait a second. Johnny? My maths ain't all that great. I went to public school. 2015 plus 9. What is that?
2015 plus 9 is 2024.
What year is it right now?
2022.
He then identified as a woman. Now released, he is a TikTok influencer who posts videos at Pride joking with police officers and has allegedly used the social media to meet a child.
Allegedly.
No, it doesn't say allegedly. But I'm sorry, you're a middle-aged man in a wig. Like, can we stop? Can we fucking stop with this shit? Why are you doing this to me, Travis? It's too early. It's too early for this shit. Frost has just realized he was an hour behind in the stream.
That's a Johnny move.
Oh, welcome to the future, Frost. How's it going? All right, I'm gonna be right back. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, I got a bit of a palate cleanser here for you. Let's see here. I follow Sophia Stunts on the Twitter, and she puts out videos occasionally of some of the stuff she does. It's good stuff if you. But let's see here. Now, I don't know. I'll show the clip first. And it's got to be from the arms. So, oh yeah, it's definitely from the arm then. Because it's like she doesn't start the spin until she's right there. And so, yeah, the arm propels the body to do the twist. Neat. Fight choreographers are an interesting group.
What about fight choreographers?
They're like the gymnastics behind fight choreography is amazing. I don't know. Have you ever heard of Sophia Stunts?
No.
Okay, she does stuff on, I think, like mocap for like fight games.
Oh, going back to stunts and whatnot. Did you see like the body double they had for She-Hulk?
No.
Bitch is 6'5". And I saw like they posted, for the premiere of She-Hulk. Somebody, I don't know if somebody retweeted it or what. No, yeah, somebody retweeted it. Just showing them like they're like a little video of them in their suit, for the green screen or whatever, dancing around for TikTok. And I was like, huh. She's wearing a mask, because, social distance and whatnot. End up clicking on her profile to see what's going on, and it's like, oh, yeah, she's actually kind of cute. Oh, damn, bitch, 6'5". Okay.
What's her name?
I don't remember. But yeah, like I realized like clicking on her profile because of course you scroll down and it's got like the related profiles or whatever for you to follow if you're interested. Like I I did not realize there are that many tall bitches. There's one bitch on there 6'9". I was like, damn. But yeah, man, I might actually be able to get me that death by snoo snoo, Johnny.
Yeah.
Like up to this point, I thought like tallest I'd be getting be like Allison Tyler or some shit. Like maybe get a bitch to 6 foot. Nah, man, there's a whole other world out there, Johnny. Whole other world full of mountains to climb. And when a universe, Harambe leads the uprising instead of Caesar. Oh, I will be glad when people get. I'll be glad when Stranger Things is done. I'm tired of hearing about it.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it's going to take for me to stop hearing about Stranger Things. I'm trying to think of when the last time it was I heard somebody talk about Napoleon Dynamite, because that's a metric for me. That movie came out when I was in high school, and I hated hearing about it. I still haven't watched it, just out of spite.
You would be burning hours of your day. That movie is garbage.
Oh, I remember seeing this. Uh, I wonder. I wonder if I can pull that up on Psychology today. One second. Da-da-da-da. Let's see. See if I can pull up this article here. Mm, let's see. What is that? Oh, got to make sure I go ahead and throw that comma in there just to make sure that it pulls up properly. Here we go. Oh, it will let me read it. Okay. So this was posted from August 9th, Johnny. Here, I'll go ahead and I'll throw it in the side chat if you want.
Okay.
Okay, why is it that none of the comments show up for me on the StreamYards?
Because I'm not using StreamYards.
I'm sorry, you're not using StreamYards right now?
Well, not for the stream.
Okay.
There you are.
Well, no, I meant like the comments from the chat.
Oh. Yeah, because I'm not using StreamYards for that. I'm using OBS.
Mm. Well, apparently everybody does, because I never see comments unless I'm running my own stream. The rise of lonely single men. Dating apps and a drastically changing relationship landscape. Key points. Dating opportunities for heterosexual men are diminishing as relationship standards rise. Men represent approximately 62% of dating app users, lowering their chances for matches. Men need to address skills deficits to meet healthier relationship expectations.
I will stand by my thought that it is easier for It's easier for women to start a relationship. It's easier for men to maintain it.
Let's see. Younger and middle-aged men are the loneliest they've been in generations, and it's probably going to get worse. This is not my typical rosy view of relationships, but a reality nonetheless. Over the last 30 years, men have become a larger portion of that growing group of long term single people. And while you don't actually need to be in a relationship to be happy, men typically are happier and healthier when partnered. Here are three broad trends in the relationship landscape that suggest heterosexual men are in for a rough road ahead. Dating apps. Whether you're just starting to date or you're recently divorced and dating again, dating apps are a huge driver of new romantic connections in the United States. The only problem is that upwards of 62% of the users are men, and many women are overwhelmed with how many options they have. Competition in online dating is fierce, and a lucky in-person chance encounters with dreamy partners are rarer than ever.
And will probably get you face to face with Keffels.
You know, I'm thinking, Johnny, 62% of dating apps are men. How much money do you think I could get catfishing some fools?
Probably quite a bit.
Relationship standards. With so many options, it's not surprising that women are increasingly selective.
You gonna break out that 15-year-old alter ego again?
No. I don't want to work with Chris Hansen. I do a live TikTok show. God damn it, TikTok! And speak with hundreds of audience members every week. I hear recurring dating themes from women between the ages of 25 and 45. They prefer men who are emotionally available, good communicators, and share similar values. You think that's all they prefer? Really? Those are the three main things they want in a man? Really?
Yeah. See,
I didn't hear nothing about zeros and bank accounts or what kind of car they drive or nothing else. Skills deficits. For men, this means a relationship skills gap that, if not addressed, will likely lead to fewer dating opportunities, less patience for poor communication skills, and longer periods of being single. The problem for men is that emotional connection is the lifeblood of healthy, long-term love. Emotional connection requires all the skills that families are still not consistently teaching their young boys. While there's probably no chance of stemming the rising tide of unintentional single men, there is still good news. The algorithms are becoming increasingly more complex on dating apps and other online platforms. One benefit is that great matches are on the rise. Hinge, one dating app, found through beta trials that 90% of users rated their first date positively, with 72% indicating wanting a second date. Okay, what's the breakdown on Hinge? Is it 50-50? Or is it more like the other ones where it's 60-40 or 70-30?
Dating apps are pointless.
Yeah. They're great if you want to find a single mother to have a good time with. That's about it. How can men reap the benefit of the algorithms? Level up your mental health game. Oh my God. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised this is psychology today. That means getting into some individual therapy to address your skills gap. It means valuing your own internal world and respecting your ideas enough to communicate them effectively. Yeah, because we're all just sitting here grunting like cavemen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Johnny, you and I haven't been sitting here forming fully functional fucking sentences with ideas being expressed for the past 2.5, 3 hours, have we? It's just been grunts and ooga booga, right?
Bing bong. Yeah.
It means seeing intimacy, romance, and emotional connection as worthy of your time and effort. This is some chick flick bullshit right here.
Yep.
Guess what? If you got a whole bunch of men who are, lonely and single and have no prospects for dating, this is how you get caveman fucking weddings. Ultimately, we have an opportunity to revolutionize romantic relationships and establish new healthy norms starting with a first date. It's likely that some of these romances will be transformative and bullshit. All right, we should not be revolutionizing and transforming and any of this other bullshit romantic. How about we go back to the old school ways? All right. Obviously, that shit worked. We're here now. Go back to the old school courtship, and I bet you a lot of this stuff will sort itself out. It's likely that some of these romances will be transformative and healing, disrupting generational trauma and establishing a fresh culture of admiration and validation. Men have a key role in this transformation, but only if they go all in. So, after you club her over the head and drag her back to your cave by her hair, chain her to the stove, keep her barefoot and pregnant, and yeah.
Greet her every morning with a hard slap to the tush.
Yep. It's going to take the kind of commitment, that kind of commitment to themselves, to their own mental health, to the kind of love they want to generate in this world. Will we step up? Yeah, it's all on men. Everything wrong with the dating game is men. Sure. Greg Matos. He's a board certified couple and family psychologist. Johnny,
I think this guy cites himself.
If you and Mrs. Hellcat were having issues, right? Not saying you are, but if you were, and Mrs. Hellcat says, "I think we should go to therapy." You guys pull up, walk in, and you see Greg sitting there. You staying?
After reading this?
After reading this.
Fuck no. It's like, where's the other guy?
I mean, I think if you show up and you stay, you're playing an away game,
Yeah.
Mrs. Hellcat would definitely have the home field advantage in that session.
Well, and it was funny when I was a kid. I didn't realize it at the time, but my mom had me go see a shrink, and I was talking to this guy, and he goes, let me see if I can bring your mother in on these for a couple sessions. And my mom's, okay, you're supposed to be analyzing him. We'll see where it goes from there. And he's asking her all these questions. Like, the next couple of sessions were all about her. And I'm sitting there like, something's off here. Like, I'm supposed to be, you're supposed to be scanning my brain here. That's what we're doing. And this is after 2 sessions that he brought my mom in. And 2 weeks later, so 2 sessions later, he essentially blamed my mom for everything. And my mom's like, yeah, fuck this guy. We're going to see a different doctor. And later, I think it was about 2 or 3 years later, I found an article written about him about adolescence explosive anger, written in a with sessions I've been handling, and I'm just like, I think he's writing about us.
No, I had to go to a shrink once when I was in high school, and I thought it was funny. You know, it had to deal with like my mom's divorce and everything, and she thought us kids were acting up because of it. It's like, no, I'm 16, you know, about to be 17, and I just want to have my own space so I can fuck my girlfriend in peace. It's like, and you're cramping my style, ma. You know. Now, why don't you stand back while I whip this thing out, okay? But but yeah, so I had to sit there and talk to this person, and they did not appreciate that I kept asking them questions every time they asked me a question. Like, no, we're here to talk about you, Camel. It's like, well, I don't know you. Like, well, why should I just sit here and dump out my purse just because you said so? I don't think so. You know, this is a two-way street, Doc. So why don't we start talking about your life? Start talking about your relationship with your mother. You know, make sure you're on the level before you start trying to judge me. But Mitch, if you follow the philosophy "happy wife, happy life," you are a victim of and participant in domestic terrorism and a pathetic man. Not saying that husbands and wives can't work together, but if they begin to subvert and undermine each other, the marriage is doomed. Doomed. Yeah. I came to the conclusion fairly young. It's like, I'm not getting married. You know, not getting married, not having kids. I checked out long before all these other fucking. I'm ahead of the curve, Johnny. I'm a trendsetter. I've been doing this shit for years before it got popular. You know, like a couple years ago, they were talking about all the people want to get sterilized. Like, been there, done that. They're like, oh well, I don't want to have kids because of I've got these mental issues or climate change. Like, nah, I just don't like these little fucking ankle biters. I don't want to have one. And I love the fact that women they bitch about it. Like, oh, if you want to get your tubes tied, you got to already have kids, or they won't let you get your tubes tied if you don't have any children and you're under a certain age. Like, yeah, because you might change your mind. And if you think men don't go through that too, I got news for you, sweetheart. I had a doctor sitting there trying to talk me out of it twice.
Yeah. Now, did you get the old style? Or
no, man, I got the slash and burn, dude.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. And unless I got like that Wolverine DNA, that shit ain't growing back.
Because I have one scheduled in 10 days.
And it was weird too, because like I'm laying there on the table, right? Just dick and balls out for the world to see. And it was cold, so wasn't impressing nobody, right? And like they're just sitting there, doctor and the nurse just jabbering on. He's like getting ready to go on vacation, right? Like talking about him taking the wife to go spend 2 weeks wherever the fuck. And I'm just like, hey, doc, down here, all right? Let's pay attention to what's going on. You talk about your cruise on your time. This is my time, all right? So, but who will hold your hand on your deathbed? Probably the Guatemalan nurse that's wiping my ass, Keeve. And you know what? I'm fine with it. You know? But but yeah, yeah. So there, you try to talk me out of it twice. It's like, well, what if you want to have kids? It's like, if I wanted to have kids, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. Well, what if you change your mind? Like, I haven't changed my mind in, like, let's see, I was 25 then. I came to the conclusion I didn't want to have kids. I don't know, around the age of 5.
I saw myself. I didn't like it. This isn't.
Well, no,
I'm not.
like,
I'm not multiplying me.
by the time I was 5, I had a little sister for 3 years. Right? Saw her from the time that mom brought her home from the hospital up through the potty training and all that business. And I was like, no. So I hadn't changed my mind for 2 decades by the time this dude was asking me, well, what if you change your mind? Well, I mean, there's always adoption, right? I hear that's an option. Yeah, but it won't be your kid. Exactly.
Yeah, adoption.
It means I don't have to get one, like with the factory settings. I can get an older model, that's been road tested a bit, right? So, but yeah, like, I mean, doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. If you're talking about taking yourself out of the gene pool, the doctors will question you about it. They'll want to make sure that you're dead set on doing that. But it was weird, sitting there, like I said, listening to him talking to his nurse about going on vacation and yada yada, and then like they go to he clips him off, right? And of course, he says, like, he told me, he's like, well, I've noticed that patients, when I go to cut the vas deferens, it's usually the right one causes the most discomfort. I was like, okay. Like, you wait until after you've already cut into my ball sack and are about to snip it before you tell me this? Really? Like, you couldn't have spent like 2 minutes while you're sitting there trying to talk to me about the possibility of me changing my mind about kids to throw that little tidbit out there? Really? And it's like, all right, well, deep breath, grit my teeth, go for it, doc.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snips the first one. I didn't feel a thing. I'm sitting there like bracing for it too, like, oh shit, this is gonna hurt, right? No, that's all right. He's like, you feel anything? I'm like, no, I feel fine. He goes and snips the second one. I couldn't fucking breathe for like 2 minutes. Like, oh, spoke too soon, doc. But the worst part was the cauterizing afterwards. It didn't hurt, but it's like, I'm just sitting there like, you guys got a bug zapper in here? What's going on?
Swedish meatballs.
Like, nah. Doctor looked at me like, nah, man, that's all you, buddy. I'm like, oh, okay. I have not found a woman yet that I would want to reproduce with, Cannibal. So that's why I went ahead and took the bullets out of the gun. I'm not willing to risk it. Not willing to risk having a kid with a crazy bitch, because they can camouflage that shit these days. Don't find out till it's too late, and then it's not just me stuck with them. That's this poor innocent fucking kid. Ain't risking it. Travis did send me a story from Newsweek about a Moscow car bomb.
Yeah, I sent to me that one too.
Yeah. I don't care about Ukraine, dude. I really don't. The only time I care about Ukraine is when I hear about how much more money we're sending them, and I'm fucking tired of that shit.
Indeed.
Like, I saw like they're sending like another $800 million or something like that. I'm pretty sure we've already sent them like the yearly Russian military budget. That's got to be like 60 some odd $billion we sent them by this point. It's ridiculous.
Oh, that's just
I mean,
too
just
much.
how about you just give them their nukes back and we call it square? You're like, all right, you guys are on your own. Fucking point them that way. Leave us alone. You know? Just like, when do we turn the tap off? Is what I want to know. Because I mean, we spent how much in fucking Afghanistan over 20 years? Is this gonna be one of those things where we're paying for this for 2 decades? Just like we're just not fighting in it directly? Because I'm sorry, not not interested. Okay, so we read that Psychology Today paper, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why I found it was because of Poe. He retweeted somebody who had screenshot it, and I was more interested in the article than I was the tweet. But let's circle back to that tweet. What do you say?
Sure.
Anyways, according to research, and they put research in all caps, which I don't know why you're shouting the word research, but I miss the old school internet etiquette. You know, men, which yes, black men includes you, are more lonely, miserable, and single because y'all have emotional deficits. You don't operate healthily in relationships and need to step up, or else you'll continue to be lonely. And you'll have no one to blame. Did that hurt your feelings? Fight the article, fight the facts, fight the research. So, but yeah, that's it's dealing with dating apps. I mean, we read the whole paper. There's nothing to it really.
Yeah.
If you're looking for love online, yeah, you're probably going to be lonelier because there are way more dicks out there fishing for pussy than the other way around. Here's an idea: go to a bar. You know, find somebody who has in real life that's got some loose morals. Problem solved. You're no longer lonely.
Yeah, you're bound to find someone.
You know what I found actually? I found like in my life, again, anecdotal experience, not data driven, not peer reviewed, just my own personal experience. It is easy to find women when you're not looking. I mean, how many times have you heard a comedian do that hack premise about women throwing themselves at them when they find out they're married?
Yeah.
And guess what? You don't have to be married. You don't even have to be in a relationship. Just don't be looking. I have gotten pussy thrown at me because I wasn't paying attention. So, yeah, just, quit tripping over your own dick. Trying to get you some pussy. Just play it cool. Women are not more emotionally evolved than men. Men are more sincere, women are more manipulative, which explains why everyone buys a more evolved cod swaddle. Cod swallop. I think, again, anecdotal experience. In the early development, like going around like puberty, post-pubescent, adolescence, maybe then, yeah, sure. Girls are more, mature, more emotionally evolved than boys. But that shit levels off fairly quickly. Um, I'm still mentally like 15 years old, like in my head,
Yeah.
but emotionally, yeah, sure. I'm in my 30s. I'm just tired at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in your 30s, it's just different variations of tired.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just too tired to act like a 15-year-old. So yeah. But yeah, yeah. That levels off fairly fucking quick. Because by the time you're 18, guess what, dudes? Got to get the fuck out the house. Got to get a job. You know. Can you imagine what the world would be like if it was as easy for dudes to sling dick as it is for women to sling pussy?
Yeah.
What what kind of anarchy would we be living under, Johnny? If the roles were reversed. Because
A whole bunch of dudes whining about you gotta smash the matriarchy.
no. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about patriarchy, matriarchy bullshit. Not talking about misogyny or
Well,
misandry. None of that. None of
we're
that.
not flipping the full script.
No. I'm
Okay.
just talking about. Imagine if because a woman, a woman can get offered dick just by saying hello. You know,
Yeah.
she smiled at me while she brought me the menu. Would you like some dick? Imagine if women were throwing pussy at men. An alternate universe, right? The complete polar opposite.
Oh yeah.
Women are throwing pussy at men in this universe, like men throw dick at women in our universe. Imagine the anarchy. Because, like I said earlier about just being oblivious, right?
Yeah.
Just not paying attention, not trying to get in somebody's pants. Like I said, that's been like a cheat code for me, without even trying. Do you know how funny it is the look on a woman's face when you tell her, "Not tonight, baby. I've got a headache." Fucking priceless.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do with themselves. Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? You've got a headache?
Well, there was before I had met my wife. There was a gal that I was involved with that she's just like, we should make this a more serious thing. And
Show me your divorce papers.
Well, she was divorced, from what I was told, several times from several different people, but still saw no divorce papers. But I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. Like, this is we're things are fine off where they are, and it's like she'd never been told no before. Like,
Yeah.
she lost her mind.
I had one like that where it's like, hey, I just got done working, heat of the day, fucking, manual labor job. I just got home, taking a shower, got the grime of the day off me. Little sun sick, been out there, for too long a time period, uninterrupted. Just wasn't feeling it, right? Like, she wants the sexy time, and normally I'm normally that suits me down to the ground, but just wasn't feeling it. And so I told her, like, honestly too, not being facetious or nothing like that, just like, hey, I'm really tired, I got a headache, not right now, not tonight. Bitch was about ready to shove aspirin down my throat and up my ass. Right? She's like, no, you ain't got a headache. We're doing this.
Oh, I'll show you a headache.
So, again, Mitch, this is an alternate universe, all right? Alternate universe. Multiverse, right? But yeah, it's like you turn a woman down for sex, and they get mad.
Yeah.
I've never heard of a dude. You know, again, anecdotally, you know, I've had friends in relationships, and they've told me, you know, try to fuck the old lady. She wasn't having it. You know, what'd you do? Went in the other room. You know, beat off, watch some porn, whatever. You know, okay, fine. But yeah, like she's like, here, you're gonna take these. You know, like she went into like, well, fucking nurse mode. Like, no, I'm getting me some dick tonight, whether you like it or not. Very very rarely have I seen dudes like overreacting to being told no. And generally, if they're out in public and something like that happens, you know, there are people willing to crowd around that dude and like get him to back the fuck off. You flip those roles, you can't say the same, or at least I can't. I went out to a bar with friends one night, you know, years and years ago, you know, back when I was, you know, a young, beautiful Camel, right? And you know, sitting there, I'm, you know, just not wearing anything fancy, you know, just, you know, like a button-down shirt, got some, you know, decent jeans on. I'm wearing a ball cap, right? Because before I had this luxurious mane that I've got going on now, I kept my hair pretty short, but I still, you know, still didn't want to have to comb it and shit. So I just throw a ball cap on, go about my business. Well, I'm sitting there at the bar, you know, in a booth. You know, friends are going to get us drinks, and got a pitcher of beer sitting there. You know, I'm sipping on my drink, and this middle-aged white lady walks on up. She's trying to get guys to dance with her and shit. And like I said earlier, Camel don't dance, right? She would not take no for an answer. And I'm trying to be as nice as I can, right? So finally, like, she tries to take my ball cap off my head. You know, like it's a fucking hostage situation.
Yeah.
What she didn't realize is Camel don't negotiate with terrorists. So I'm sitting here in the middle of a bar on a Friday night playing tug of war with my fucking baseball cap and this crazy bitch. And nobody is helping me. And it's like, look, lady, I done told you, I'm not here to dance. I'm here to drink. Find somebody else. You know? Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I don't know you. I'm not attracted to you. Fuck off. Apparently saying that made me the bad guy.
Of course. Well,
there are a few off-brand mangas I've read where the women are the horny ones and men are prudes. And in one, the woman didn't think well of herself because she had premature squirt. The fuck are you reading, Cannibal? My God, man.
I am actually starting to fade, so we are going to have to call this one at 3 hours and 50 minutes in.
Gonna end it on my story of being sexually assaulted, Johnny. I see how it is.
Yeah, it's bringing up my own trauma. But yeah,
some folks made to wave the flag. I was wondering how long it was going to take you to catch that.
we should just close it like through the Discord thing. That would get us flagged for sure. But thanks everyone for joining us in chat. And
it held steady. We had like 9, 10, 11 viewers pretty much the whole time too. Thank you guys, everyone coming out, being active in the chat. It was nice seeing everybody. Gotta fill time since Monkey is on the mend. I don't know what happened to the dude, but he's been having a rough couple days.
What hasn't happened to the man?
Mitch, insert closing credits here.
All right. Everyone, have a good night, and we'll see you on the next one.
Later, everybody.